Hey, you guys, I had no intention on getting on tonight. I've had a long day and I just feel the need to get on here. Could be because I'm already agitated because my day has been so long and hectic. And I just feel the need to get on here tonight to set some things straight. Cause I'm so tired of trolls and I shouldn't address it. I really should not address it, but I'm going to, and I'm going to address it in a real nice way, and then I'm gonna get out because I had no intentions on getting on tonight. And it's funny because this troll just posted this message, and I wouldn't even address him. I wouldn't even be addressing him. Hey, Miss Felicia. Kimberly Wilson. I wouldn't even be addressing him. Okay. If he had not came to my page, and I kind of feel like that's what he wants. I think he wants for me to address him right. So I'm getting ready to do it. Mr. Dwayne Moore, okay? If you don't like what I say, because from day one, I don't know where this man popped up from. I'm not really interested in knowing who he really is because I don't believe that's his real picture. I just know he a Moneybag Yo fan, it appears, just from scratching the surface, just from looking at his page. But I don't know where this man popped up from, okay? All I know is from day one, he's popped up from out of nowhere coming over here to harass me. I am putting it on record. Mr. Dwayne Moore, leave me alone. You irritating me. Hey, Miss Lynn. If you don't like what I have to say, now I did a video earlier, okay? Before I went out on the case, okay? And I was talking about, don't be so easily influenced. And I said that the picture looked photoshopped to me of the young lady that claimed that. And I said, I don't know. It may not be, but just from looking at it, it looks photoshopped to me. This man always wants a reason to come on here and harass me. Mr. Dwayne Moore, I'm tired of you now. I am. You're starting to become real creepy to me. Okay? Which means you're starting to, I'm starting to look at you as a threat. Okay? Because if you don't like what I post on my page, all you got to do is stay away. When people are outlandish and just ignorant to me, I won't go to their pages. I don't go to their pages to try and critique them, to find a reason to post crazy stuff. And anybody can have their own opinion, Mr. Moore, but you seem to have a problem with me, and you had a problem with me from day one. You went back and looked at every old video that I had, and you had a problem with it. Okay, you started out having a problem with Miss D. Okay, you said, well, you're just going based on what you feel. You don't know what I know. You don't know because I don't get on here and broadcast what I know, Mr. Moore. I'm an investigator by profession. But I am not investigating this case. So there are a lot of things that I don't know and don't want to know. Okay? Mr. Moore, leave me alone. I'm asking you nicely to leave me alone. Okay? And continue listening to all your Moneybag Yo, because you're a Moneybag Yo fan. Continue listening to that and leave me alone. In my opinion, okay, the photos look photoshopped. It looked photoshopped to me. But you heard me say maybe it's not, but from looking at it, it looked photoshopped to me. I guess me telling people to don't be so easily influenced and and just falling into or following somebody else's agenda, maybe that's what got you pissed off. People get mad sometimes if there is an agenda and you tell people, wait a minute, look into anything, look into any and everything, because people, I don't know, maybe that's what you was mad about. I don't know, but it just seems you have a problem with me, sir, and you don't know me. you're starting to become really creepy to me. Okay? You're starting to become creepy because it ain't nothing for you not to come onto my page. It ain't nothing for you not to come onto my page. It sounds like somebody that was sent. This man popped up from out of nowhere. And the reason I know he was more than likely sent is because he went and started messing with me maybe about 2 weeks ago. He had something negative to say, and he started from some of my old videos. He was talking about some of the people that ain't been on my platform in months. He started with that. Okay. Sir, I think you need to get you some business. I think you need to get you some business and leave me alone. Everybody has a difference of opinion, but you're not my critiquer. I don't need you coming over here critiquing me because what you think don't mean nothing to me. It ain't gonna change nothing, and it don't mean nothing. As far as me. Now, if you want to critique the show, that's something different. You got something to say about what we talking about, that's something different. But me as a person, you ain't got nothing to do with that. I think you need to get you some business. Right. People get mad when you start putting some truth out there. They're gonna say you think because you in with the feds that you can critique everything. I almost said something, but I'm gonna let that go. And I'm happy that I've calmed down because when I walked in the house, I've had a bad day. And I started looking at those comments and I was like, how the hell did this one get by me? Because I was looking at all of them hardened and somehow, and it's probably a good thing that I didn't see it while I was out because it just would have made me upset because I'm sick of him. You could tell when somebody is sent. Like I said, he needs to just keep listening to his money bag, yo. Everything he listened to is money bag, yo. That's what he needs to keep listening to and leave me alone. You see me rollerblading? When? Lavon, when you see me rollerblading? Lavon, are you talking about me? That's exactly what I'm going to do. You know, if you have an issue with somebody, what you need to do is you need to just not go onto their channel. I shouldn't even have to block somebody like him. He just don't need to come onto my channel. Nah, that wasn't me, love. You didn't see me rollerblading on Snapchat. I don't even have a Snapchat. Yeah, that wasn't me. T-Shaw says, protect your energy, Tamara. Don't let the devil steal your joy. They're trolls. Yes, they are. They are definitely trolls. I know. I have to calm myself down. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. How crazy people are. And that's what I can't understand. Thank you, Daryl. When I don't care for people, I don't want to see their content. And first of all, this right here is not, when you start talking about people in social media world, you don't even know these people. So it would mean that when you see a person and you consistently want to bother them, it's only one or two things. You've been sent to bother them or you mentally ill. That's it. You paid to bother them, Oh, there was a I was searching you on YouTube and there was a video that said, oh, nah, that wasn't me. I need to go roller skating. My kids been trying to get me to go. I think I do need to go. My daughter, y'all, listen, I have a daughter and I love her to death. She starts, and it's stressing me out. She starts nursing school and then she takes a break. And then she'll say, well, mama, I'm ready to go back to nursing school. Oh, God, y'all. But it's my fault though, because what I did was I went and got a really good job. And I call her Noodles. I said, Noodles, you got a good job now. You're making really good money, but you're gonna finish nursing school, aren't you? Yeah. Y'all, she ain't bothered about finishing nursing school. And it's really just got me upset. Anybody that do what she do ain't thinking about finishing nursing school. She's satisfied with making that check that she making. It's just got me so upset. That's right, Hakia. He's gonna make your enemies your footstool. Absolutely. I just know how to go around in circles, no moves. I have not been skating in a very long time. And since you mentioned it, I need to go. I hope I still got my skills. I used to could skate really good. But yeah, I've never seen I've never understood why if people get on here really to just harass other people. I know some people have issues with me, being an investigator and working for the police. Some people don't like the police until they asses get in trouble and they have to call them. They running. Then they want the police to come and save them, oftentimes. But that person was sent to mess with me. Like I said, he listens to a lot of Moneybagg Yo. He just need to listen to him and leave me alone. Because that's all I saw on his page. Nothing but Moneybagg Yo. Listen to your Moneybagg Yo. I like Moneybagg Yo music too, and leave me alone. That's what you need to do. This man popped up out of nowhere and seems to have a vendetta against me. I just know how to go around. Yeah, Levon said he knows how to go around in circles. I used to be a really good skater. You know what? Around the Memphis area, they might still have some skating rinks. We had the Crystal Palace, and it started getting so bad they had to close it up. By the way, love your show with Demon and Player Co. Yeah, I love Demon and Player Co. Player Co is a Memphis bred like me. I promise you. Anywhere I go, I can always tell a Memphian because we have the same accent. And one of my friends that live in Florida, when I went to visit her one time, she said, I saw when my flight landed. She said, I asked the young lady, has the flight from Memphis landed? She said, the lady was like, yeah. She said, y'all sound just alike. All Memphians got that same accent. We do. Because I could tell and somebody that's from Atlanta, they have a different dialect slang. It's still that lazy tongue, but they are a little different. Just like Mississippi. Of course, I live in Mississippi now, but it's our neighboring state in Arkansas, and they kind of have a different dialect too. Although we're all country. Teresa says my grandmother really intelligent and won't go to college, and it upsets me. But what can you do? I know. Sometimes, Teresa. Oh, you said my granddaughter. I don't know why I said my grandma. I it's upsetting me because I feel like when I got her that job, and my mama told me, she said, "You got that girl that job making all that money. She ain't gonna want to finish college. Nursing school. She already go and stop. She's gonna get comfortable with that check, but." I know y'all don't want to hear that. It just kind of bothers me because I had this idea of my child finally, finishing nursing school one day while I'm still alive. That girl, oh, you know, And then she's so talented and she's so smart, you know. But both of them are. Both of them are. My other baby is such a hard worker. She is just such a hard worker. She will not quit school for nothing. My oldest daughter, I don't know. But she's 24 years old. Like my dad said, well, she's 24. You ain't got nothing to do with what she do. I just don't want her to look back later on, and I feel like it's my fault because I should not have gotten her that good job, if because it would have made her want to work harder and finish nursing school. That you know, I don't know. Anyways, I don't know why people choose to troll and mess with you, knowing that's true, Daryl. I don't know. I think that man want to, like I said, it's either one or two things. Somebody paying him to do it. He has probably an affiliation with somebody, and they pissed off at me. Um, for some reason, because maybe, you know, sometimes people when they get mad because they're so used to being able to, maybe because I'm on here saying everything that people say is not necessarily true. And they know I know. It's a lot more things that I could say, but I won't say it. You better leave me alone. Um, Levon says it's hard for kids to want to finish school because money is always a need and people love independence, and plus people are getting rich without school. That's so true. So she was like, Mom, I want to come and be an investigator in your company. And you know what? I really would love that, but I'm so overly protective of them with the types of stuff. Like, we do a lot of stuff. We do the types of investigations that we do. I wouldn't feel comfortable, you know, even though, you know, I would have to be sure. I would I would just have to be, nah, I wouldn't want, with the types of work that we, the kind of work that we do. I wouldn't want her, and she could do it. She would be ideal, but I wouldn't. You know, I'll get her office work. I need her in my office, but she wouldn't want to do that anyways. She'd want to be out in the field with us. Um, Ebony says nursing is not what it used to be, Miss T. If she is content, that may be the best thing for her right now. That's true. That, you know what, that may be true, Miss Ebony. That you might be right about that. I guess I just had this idea because my other daughter is in college and she's working and she's determined to finish. My baby girl, she's gonna be a physical therapist. Um, hey, maybe I need to let go, you know. And I got to stop blaming myself because I feel like if I had not gotten her that job making, and she makes really good money, she would want to finish. But she making good money, so I feel in my head she feel like, well, maybe, you know, sometimes she feel like she want to do it, sometimes she don't. And then I hope she's not, you know, maybe I shouldn't say nothing, you know, because I don't want her to say later on, well, Mama, I didn't really want to do it anyways. You wanted me to do it. Kids are bad about that. I just don't want her to have any regrets. My first cousin grandma paid for her to go to nursing school years ago. She quit, had 4 children, but now she's back in on the dean's list or principal's list. She'll go back. I hope so, Hakia. I hope so. Because I do know with that, you know, she will always have a job, you know. Even with the job she got now, but she's gonna get tired of that. Like, she's making really good money right now, but I that's I don't want her to get comfortable with that. I'll be out here all night trucking, listening to you. Thank you, Devin. What area are you in, Devin? What area are you in? Were you the one that was in Wyoming the other night? Yeah, yeah, but I had to get on here to talk to address him. And I'm happy that I didn't see it until I got home because I've had a bad day. Y'all, I've had a my day has been very hectic. Like my day is has been hectic. You know, I wish I could tell y'all some of the things that we have to do. Lynn said she'll eventually go back. I hope so. Levon says it's still good to be well rounded. I dropped out of nursing school and now I'm in trucking in the free and in the food service. Okay. That's a blessing. Yes, young, making good money. Keep on praying, Queen. I am. I'm gonna keep praying. And she's one of those ones that's a free spirit too. Oh my God, she is such a free spirit. That's why, I'm kind of, even though I would love for them to continue the legacy, especially of my investigative company. I mean, I would definitely want that, but with the type of a lot of the types of work that we get, I would really, I don't know if I would want my girls out there, and they can handle it. Maybe I'm underestimating them, but just being a mother, because I'm super careful, almost to the point where I'm paranoid. Like I double check stuff 5 or 6 times. I know 2 people that were nurse and they quit because they couldn't give their patients the TLC. Oh wow. Yeah, my folks wanted me to go to the school. Yeah, because when you think about nursing school, you think about nurses, you know that there is job security, you know. Um, there is opportunity for advancements and things of that nature. That's I don't know. Hey, Reggie Hubbard. Well, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like I said, I had no plans on getting on tonight. I have had a rough day today. I've had a rough day today, and then I gotta be right back out um, in the morning. I have a client. I'm gonna tell y'all about one of my clients. Well, no, maybe I'll tell y'all about one of my past clients. Sometimes when you have people, especially because we do all types of cases, okay. Um, and while that man is talking, well, I'm not gonna even get back into him, okay. Um, but you have cases where you have people that are, especially when they're going through divorces, and it gets really really weird. It gets weird, and sometimes it can be extremely heartbreaking because I think it's kind of I don't know, I feel a certain kind of way sometimes when somebody hires us. I'm talking about now for infidelity case, right? Or because a divorce case, when somebody hires us and they'll say, I need you to do this, I need you to get us this or get me this, but in the back of their minds they're really hoping that you can't find nothing, right? They really be hoping that you can't find nothing. And sometimes especially the women, they'll say, well, I'm ready for you to catch him, I'm ready for this, or I can't wait, I'm gonna nail him to the cross. And then when you tell them and you take them what you got, they have nervous breakdowns. I think after I finish up these last 2 cases, I'm gonna take me a 3-week vacation a month. Yeah, basically like cheaters. And that's one of the reasons why I don't jump to a whole lot of conclusions. When people say things are obvious, it's not even good to. Sometimes things are obvious, because I remember I had this case where this lady felt like her husband was cheating, and he probably was. It's just that he we never caught him doing anything. He had some suspicious activities. He liked to go and hang out at the Overton Park in Memphis, and at the Overton Park that's the park that a lot of it's known for a lot of gay people, right? And we never caught him cheating. But he would always be up in their park though with those men. They would always be laughing and congregating. And it was and the men it was obvious they was gay, but we don't know if we don't know what he was doing because he didn't do nothing while we was watching him. And that's why I tell people all the time, because just because something seems obvious, I can't say that. That's why I don't know what that man is talking about. It seems a little strange that he liked to go meet up and congregate with them, and the way that they interacted with each other was strange. But it wasn't obvious to me. I didn't see him doing anything. People can laugh and talk all day, but it was strange. That's why you always hear me say, when I say something is strange, it's strange, but we didn't get no proof. She ran out of money before we could get it. Because if she had kept us on, it I mean, something might have transpired at some point. That's right, Hakia. I need a break. I do. I need a break. I need a break. It's election season and I've been cutting commercials too, so I kind of been doing double work, you know. So I've been tired. And when I walked in and sat down and saw that he had posted that, when I it pissed me off, because this man has been bothering me since he first popped up on the scene. Like I said, I mean, all I know is his name is Dwayne Moore. His picture don't look real to me. I'm sure he gonna have something to say about that, but I wouldn't care. It don't look like that's him. It could be, but hey, why he would put up a fake picture, I don't know. All I know is his page says his name is Dwayne Moore. He's got some kind of picture up, and he likes all of his playlist is Moneybag Yo. He looks to be about a man in his mid to late 50s. I can't understand why a man that old would be bothered with me anyways. Would wanted to harass me. He just needs to continue to listen to his Moneybag Yo on YouTube. Yeah, it's hurtful when when you have to tell somebody that their husband is cheating with a man. It's hurtful when you have to well, you have to be professional, but when they're not expecting it, that's you don't never know how people gonna come out the box on you. Hello, Zulikia. Zulika. Yeah. Hey, Demon. Did I speak to you, Demon? I've had a long day today. I've had a long day. And then I get in here and this man is messing with me. I guess he don't want me to tell people to look into stuff and don't just believe something because somebody says it. I'm going to always say that, you know. Don't just believe what somebody say because it sounds good, you know. Um in my opinion, I'm not telling everybody to believe what I say, but in my opinion, the picture looked photoshopped. Hello, Divine Black Rose. My mom wanted me to be a nurse too. I'm 8 years in now, but there are different things I wanted to pursue. People think we make a lot of money, but it's not worth what we go through. You got to a calling for it. You got to have a calling for it. Yeah, that's true, Ebony. I agree. That good pressure you. Hello, Florida. I don't know why I say Florida Two Pistols. I don't know what the FLA stands for. The devil has been busy today, Miss Timmer. Yes, the devil has been busy today. The devil is always on his job. Like I said, I can't understand for the life of me why people live their lives to try and harass folks, or they want to try and critique people. I don't know who that man is, but it seemed to me that he probably don't like women too much, especially if he feels like they are opinionated. But I think I think he don't like me because of something else. You know what I mean? I think he came in. I really believe he was sent, anyways. Daryl says that good pressure will make you feel better, Tamara. Do you work state to state or handle cases? I do. I do, Reggie. I do. I do. You're right, Laura Williams. He's miserable. Teresa says because you're truthful and some people don't like to, right, because some people want to push, a fake agenda. You know what I mean? That's what some people want to do. Um, like I said, there's this one blogger, and I ain't mad at him either. But when he listening to him, he is hilarious. And I think he make up the stuff as he go along, because I think he get tickled with himself with some of the stuff he say, because I think he just be thinking of it as he goes along on the recording. I think he be trying to hold back the laughs, you know. Did you see on the TV where he called Cornelius dad and told him, "We don't think he is guilty and we're going to start a petition"? It was so weird. I don't watch him, but it was in the algorithm. I heard some people talking about that. T Shy. I heard some people talking about that. Mike Jones says, and you most definitely have to pay attention to the sign because these clowns are living for clout and will do absolutely, absolutely. When something don't seem right to me, I pay very close attention to it. He's kind of creepy because he seemed to have a dislike for me. Like I said, all he listens to is Moneybag Yo. He needs to stay on this page and listen to Moneybag and leave me alone. Sitting in my RV van enjoying your content. Thank you, Hero Fix TV. Akil says he's hilarious. Um, okay, that's good. I might need you one. Okay. Me and my team, we the dream team. I don't be liking to toot my own horn, but toot toot. That's why when I say, with this Dow situation, investigators respect each other. You know, um, they just do. So I don't know everything that they have as it relates to this Dawes case. So I can't go disputing anything because they got evidence that we don't even know about, right? So the only thing we could do is, like I was saying earlier, just sit back and wait to see, you know, what's going to happen as far as the discovery packages and things of that nature. And it's definitely still an ongoing investigation. So it's going to be interesting, see who else is going to be picked up in the future. And we just have to sit back and watch. You know, that's what I'm waiting to see. I'm kind of, you know, I'm waiting to see um with this Cornelius situation how much, you know, if he gets a bond, how much he's more than likely going to give him a bond, but how much is he going to set it for? Is he going to set it for 10 million? Because you know Judge Coffee gave Cheryl Wright a bond, but her bond was for 20 million. Her bond was for 20 million. So we won't know until, you know, when they have those bond hearings, the prosecutors are then going to tell the, you know, hey, Lord footage. Why you say that, Lord footage? If that's the case, then you can shut your channel down. Frown right now, Miss Lady. Why you say that, Lord footage? What are you talking about? Lord footage, why you in here trolling me tonight? I go live because I want to go live. What you mean? Lord footage, I'm gonna drop the link for you to come up here. Lord footage, I want you to come up here. Cause I can't understand your spelling. So you come up here. If I don't help nobody, why are you on here? If I don't help nobody, Lord footage, why are you on here? And what you got to say, Lord footage?
What you say, man?
I said, what you got to say?
I'm saying you come on and you don't you don't help nobody. I mean, you don't try to solve no case and nothing. You talking about wait for the police to have discovery. We've been on here since goddamn day one.
Well,
Why the
okay,
hell
wait
we
a
gonna
minute.
wait
Don't
on the
wait a minute. Don't
police
cuss.
for?
Don't cuss on my
Our
channel.
people
Show some
keep
respect.
getting killed, right? Our people keep getting killed, right? And y'all ain't on here doing nobody
So
no
are you
justice,
saying
no
that
help. You
are
ain't
you
trying to
saying
solve
that
no
I'm
case,
supposed
ma'am.
to
Your
are you
your
saying that
videos
I'm
gonna get
supposed to stop the
commercials.
people from
Your
getting killed? Do you have do you have like a
You
plan?
finna get paid from commercials from your videos playing. But you ain't on here helping nobody. You ain't helping Dolph. You ain't helping nobody.
Oh, so what are
But you
you on
finna
here?
get paid from
So
commercials for
what
your
are you
thing
on
being
here
on
doing?
here.
What are you on here doing?
Oh, I've been on here solving the cases and everything, but
Okay,
I
what
just get
case have you
overlooked.
solved? What case have you solved?
Okay, right. I'm gonna tell you one thing, and then we're gonna leave it at that, right? I'm gonna
Yeah,
tell
because
you since
I
the
want to
latest news
know
come
what
on,
case
right?
have you
Since
solved?
since the latest news come on, and you said it was photographed, right?
Okay,
Photoshop,
so
right?
what case have you solved? So it leads me to believe you that
For one, Kanika
that
Jenkins
Moore
case, and I
man.
already told you that, and I ain't finna keep repeating it. Two, the lady with the green dress, y'all want to say it's Photoshop, but I see they using my videos to see off in Dolph's car. And if you look off in Dolph's car, you'll see that girl with like a tablet or something in between her legs. You'll see the green dress and her dark green knees. Right?
Okay,
Now you
you
date
solved.
back to
So you're
Kanika
saying that you
Jenkins, right?
solved the case.
2017.
So you
And you
saying
look,
that you
look,
solved the
look,
case.
look, I know who shot MLK. I know Elijah Muhammad was there when I know the dude who shot Malcolm X, right?
Okay.
I seen the guy who shot JFK. You want to talk about what victims have I helped? If you had just been shut it up and listened to me a long time ago, ma'am, and quit cutting me off and muting my mic and blocking me in the chat like somebody else doing it, maybe you would get somewhere on your channel if you think you got a voice out here.
Okay.
Because
Talk
you
to
think
you
I'm
later.
Oh, I know who that is. That's that drunk dude that came up here trying to drain your energy
Yes, he
about a
is
month ago.
crazy as a road lizard.
Yeah,
Now,
he
I
is.
knew when he said that he helped to solve JFK's case and MLK and all them, I knew then there was something wrong.
Yeah, that's that one that he need to go take his medicine.
Yeah, he needs to take his medicine every now and again when he come in here. Sometimes he okay. He said, Dean these nuts.
He's the one that the young man had to kind of simmer down the last time.
He lost his mind the last time, but
Yeah,
he said that he was saying something about he was the one that took the picture of inside a Dolph's car. I guess he was there.
he ain't took nothing. Oh, shut up. Whack job. He ain't took nothing but a figment of his imagination. That's what he took. Girl, I had to hop up here because, I'm your ride or die. I'm going to come up here and let him have it. Because had you kept him on and he kept talking, I'd have told him a thing or two.
Oh my God.
And I'd have told him non-cussical. Because, I don't cuss on your channel, but I'd let him have it in a really nice way. He's the one that was sitting up here talking over everybody and getting into arguments with the other guy, wouldn't let nobody else talk. And how the heck he think he solved Kanika Jenkins' case? Because I would love to see justice in her case. He's a clown.
Oh, he feel like he just made my show.
Girl, you ain't helped nobody. Girl.
You just gave me a show idea. I'm going
Yeah,
to get
he
a doctor
did.
on here to talk about mental illness.
Exactly.
Now, you just gave me an idea.
With his riddled brain.
He was on here one time before going crazy that night, hollering and screaming,
Yeah.
talking about people was putting him in timeout.
Yeah. Jelly brain. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he a jelly brain.
But to come up here on your platform telling your audience and telling you what you're not doing,
Hold on, here you go again. I'm gonna let him up one more time.
Come up here, let me talk for myself. Why y'all on there talking to the world, trying to talk about me? Let me talk for myself.
Because you
got your lady on here thinking she knows something. You trying to think you're gonna get a show idea
and you're not gonna be disrespectful.
Yeah, now you got a show to try to talk about something for real out here.
No, you
try
just
to talk
gave
about
me a
Dolph
show
and everybody
idea.
else. You
just
imagine
gave me a show
the lady
idea.
want to say I must.
You just gave me a show idea to talk about mental illness.
Have you taken your pills?
Y'all not there and y'all think y'all know something.
Did you take your pill?
So why do I gotta be there? Bitch, my medicine is weed. You
he ain't gonna call nobody no. As a matter of fact, he get ready to get blocked.
Yeah, block that nut job. He probably sitting up there with that little dunce hat in the corner on his phone. What I can't stand is for somebody to come up on somebody else's platform and ridicule the work that they're doing. He don't know you from a can of paint.
That's true.
He don't know your resume.
Be a distraction too, because he goes away for a real long time, and then somebody send him back. But I truly think he's got a mental illness.
Yeah, he crazy. Crazy as a road lizard, girl. He we already know what it is. So, there's no need.
You don't come on here calling nobody out of their name. And that was completely disrespectful. You will not disrespect the lady in here ever. Take your drunk ass on.
Drunk as Cooter Brown, as my mama used to say. He drunk as Cooter Brown.
Talking about y'all talking about me, and I can't speak for myself. Now you can't come back up here and you got to listen to us talk about you like a drunk dog.
Right. Get off the page if you don't like what's being talked about over here. But I'm gonna tell you something.
In a padding room. Yes, he belongs in a padding room.
Yeah. Yeah. He probably ain't got no.
Now I got a show. Yeah, you gave me a show idea of mental illness. I'm gonna have a psychiatrist on here.
Mm-hmm. Because I keep telling people mental illness is prevalent. It's running rampant, and these drugs are driving their butts crazy. My medicine is weed. I bet it is. It's probably laced with embalming fluid and all that other crap.
It's crack. That's what's
Yeah,
going on with him.
yeah,
He full of crack, brother. You need to get off of that crack. You need to
that's
get off of
right.
that crack.
Just say no to drugs. Period.
Because first of all, he comes in here with all of that bad energy. You could tell when he ain't
Yeah,
either you could tell when he what is it when he fiending for something,
yeah.
fiending for a hit, when he want to hit real bad and can't get it. Because he comes on here and he wants to show out, but you would never get on this platform and disrespect no lady. I don't care how cracked out you are. I don't care how fried your brain is.
And then got his camera on, but won't have his face in the camera. You a coward. You a real clown coward.
They say he done smoked so much crack that he believes that he solved the case. He said he
Yeah,
solved MLK case, a Malcolm X case. I knew then that it was. I knew then.
yeah. I'm gonna tell you something. All of these distractions. He comes over here for a reason. Now, did he say he had a YouTube page?
Yeah, he said he got a YouTube page. He said something about um, it was his. Did he say that was his picture of the young lady or something?
Yeah, some of they using his picture. But see, I'm trying to make a point by asking that, Miss T. This is what I'm talking about the level of mental illness out here in these YouTube streets. See, we got people like that with pages, and I bet you a dollar to a donut, he probably got a whole bunch of people believing his nonsense. And this is how narratives and foolishness get started. Because you got somebody cracked out like him that's running a page and probably got viewers and subscribers, coming over there believing whatever he putting up. Because people love to believe a lie.
They sure do. He ought to be ashamed of himself. He ought to be
Girl,
ashamed of himself.
he too mentally ill to have shame. He feels nothing.
They
He's
said, I'm not saying he's a crackhead, but he sounds very crackish. Yeah, every time he come over here, he got that bad energy. He's angry. You can
yeah,
tell when it's the end of the month, he don't get maybe he got a check and he can't get to his crack until he get his check on the first of the month. That's when
yeah,
they be real angry and mad.
yeah, girl, be mad at the world, be needing them rocks, rock jaw. And that's how he sound. He sound like he got rock jaw. I'm just saying, no, why every time I come over here, y'all won't let me.
And that
Crazy.
man hadn't been over here but one or two times.
Yeah, and
He's
got
been over
into
here
it with
one or two
people
times. And he's
and
sitting
got,
there talking about we blocked him. He lied like he was blocked. He said we timed him out. Ain't nobody never timed him out or blocked him.
but that's that energy you were speaking of earlier when you did your video, about not falling, basically don't fall for the okey doke. You know what I mean? And see, we got to understand there are a lot of people out here running these pages that's got mental issues. And that's why you can't believe everything that's put out on the internet. Social media has become a tool for pure evil in some cases. There's some pages out here. I love to watch, Miss T, I love to watch the crafting videos where the young ladies do DIY crafting and stuff like that. So there's some YouTubers that use their page for really good things. And then you got crackpots like this, rock jaws, that come on these pages and or create pages, because it don't take much to create a page.
No, it don't. It don't take nothing at all. And it's a lot of mental illness over this internet. And for him to feel like that I can go and take MPD's case from them and solve it. That lets you know how rampant mental illness is running all over this internet, because that is a government case. That is a local government case and a federal government case. The only thing anybody can do is have some valid information and pass it on to them, because they can't go investigate nothing. Because they're going to get hit with interfering with an investigation charge. Hakia says a lot of them practice that stuff. You can feel it. I'm telling you, because he's always angry. He's got a spirit on him. He needs some help. A drug spirit. And then we go find out that now wake up like this. Make it make sense. Since he's solving everything, get him back on and ask him who shot Tupac and Biggie. He's still in the chat. Who shot Tupac and Biggie? He need to type it because he can't come back up here.
Miss T, I had to mute out for a minute, but going back to what I was saying about all this mental illness out here, I saw another YouTuber when I was going through videos this morning, and this YouTuber was actually encouraging Pre to slide. Y'all claim y'all love Dolph so much, and I don't see y'all sliding. And that pissed me off when I say my head started spinning around like Linda Blair from The Exorcist. My head started spinning around on my neck. I said, wait a minute. We're trying to prevent them from crashing out doing crazy stuff, and you encouraging them to go slide. I mean,
so that they can end up in jail.
Yeah.
Because what happened is, the people that took Dolph out didn't just take Dolph out because of what he had going for just himself. They saw what he was building. That's why they was taunting those boys, because they wanted them to spin. They know once they go to jail, that whole label is completely, will completely go down. That's why they was messing with them. They was trying to provoke them. Nobody wants for them to go and do that. Yeah. That's why I can understand Snoop Vance when he posted, one of his artists says, because those young men have been out in the street, they're trying to turn their lives around. When he said, I want to spin for you so bad, but I'm a push on and do what you want us to do.
Right. But it made me so mad that you are a overgrown, in your 40s adult, pushing some kids to go do something, because I look at them as young men. I know they're not kids, they're young men. But why would you even put that out there in the atmosphere, put that energy out there? You know what I mean? So to me, you're no different than these hood OGs or the people that hired them. You understand? You on the same page with them. Getting them to go crash out.
Hold on for a second. He said, you got mental issues, Tamara. I'm unsubbing, fade you to space. I don't even know what fade you to space mean, but I'm so glad that you unsubscribing. That out of all the things that have happened today, that's the blessing. Isn't that something?
Mm-hmm.
That is the blessing.
Gotta do it, won't he?
Unsubscribing.
Gotta do it, won't he? Yes, ma'am.
It saves me the trouble of blocking you. Please unsubscribe. Whew. And get yourself some help, Lord Footage. And I'm serious. You need to go get yourself some help. You need to get off the drugs. You're an African-American man. I hate to see African-American men cracked out. Get yourself some help. And I say that with all sincerity. You angry. You seem like you're on drugs. Get yourself some help. And as a sister to a brother, I'm saying that to you. Go get some help.
Lord Rockjaw.
Thank you, Reggie Hubbard. But you're right, though, Demon. Nobody wants to see those young men go and crash out, because the people that took Dolph out, that's what they want.
Yeah,
when you poke at people and you taunt them, it's because you want them to go, you want to provoke them to go do crazy stuff.
yeah. And I'm starting to see so much, not starting to see because they already been doing it, but I'm just starting to see crazy stuff. Like somebody said, well, there's a audio of the daddy giving an interview. How do we know that's his daddy? You understand? We don't know who Cornelius' daddy is. That dude could be talking to anybody. Now, I'm not disqualifying his claims of uh, this man's daddy, but I'm one of them kind that I want to wait till court start because all this in between nonsense is not working for me. I don't
Yeah.
want to hear no more about Key Glock. I don't want to hear no more about Mia J. I don't want to hear nothing else about he was kidnapped and placed there. All of this stuff here, that really sounds like mental illness.
Yeah. It is, we do know that there's a lot of mental illness on this internet.
Yeah, mental illness and trying to steer the narrative. You understand? Because I don't understand how you can flip flop day to day. One day it was Cornelius, tomorrow it's not him. By next week, when you get a little bit more tidbit or whatever the courts put out, then you'll be back on, yeah, it was him. To me, make up your mind. And if you can't make up your mind, sit back and take several seats and wait.
That's right. I agree. I agree. It's so much easier to wait to see um what the police has. Okay? It's so much easier. And it's coming because if nothing else, we do know the prosecutor is going to say something um when that bond hearing comes around.
Yeah,
Because if
yeah,
he feels like that Cornelius is a risk or something like that, he's got to stand up there and tell the judge why he shouldn't get out and have some proof of why he
mm,
shouldn't.
that's right. That's right.
Make it make
Every
sense says now you got time to find out who shot JR.
Yeah, we got time today, Lord Rockjaw.
He probably won't even remember this tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. See, people get upset when they can't come on your platform and steer the narrative, and that's like what you were saying earlier. They want to be able to, and they get mad at you when you don't want to ride with them on the nonsense.
They do. Yes, they do. I can't understand that for the life of me. I can't. You would think with social media, and I hate to say this, Demon, like it seems like anywhere that there is a possibility to make some money, instead of black people getting in their own lane and making their money, for some reason they want to go after each other and make it into a crabs and a crab fest, like
Yeah.
pulling each other down in barrels and things of that nature.
Mhm. We are too consumed with material things, and it has been that way for a very long time. Things, material things. Um, as my mother used to say, trying to keep up with the Joneses. And jealousy to me has been issue in our community and culture for a long time, even back to the slave days when they used to let the light-skinned folks serve inside the master's house. So then you had the ones that was out in the field disliking the light-skinned slaves and all this old foolishness. So, my point with that is that I think a lot of that developed uh, in between us as a people. There used to be a time when light skin versus dark skin. And I'm gonna tell you something. I have received a lot of discrimination from my own people growing up, because I'm of a mixed race. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I have experienced discrimination from my own people. I've had women that have never talked to me, have never don't know anything about me, will on sight dislike me. You know what I mean? Where I'm the kind of woman I like anybody that's genuine and real.
Hmm.
And I don't care what color you are. One
Mm-hmm.
of my best girlfriends is Caucasian. You know what I mean? And she
Mm-hmm.
and I get along. She's an old little redhead Irish girl. And Mary and I get along like two peas in a pod. So, for me, it's all about how genuine you are. And I don't care what race or what color you are.
And I understand what you mean with that too, Demon, because my oldest daughter is very, very fair skinned. Very.
Hmm.
And you'd be surprised at, especially with me being a dark skinned woman, how when she was in school, people always try to, and I had to even get at some relatives, because sometimes relatives can be jealous of your children.
Hmm.
They wanted to make her feel a certain type of way, or sometimes I felt like they wanted to make me think, just because you got that red, that almost white baby, she ain't
Mm,
all that. You see what I
mm,
mean?
mm. How sad is that?
And my
How
child
sad
used
is
to
that?
feel she used to feel a certain way, because she would always say, "Mama, why is it that I'm so fair skinned, and people say your mama is dark, but you almost white?" She actually felt a certain way. I said, regardless to what color you are beautiful."
Hmm. And I'm gonna tell you something, girl. Back in the day when I was in my 20s, early 20s, late teens, early 20s, I used to live at the beach in the summer trying to get my skin darker. See, we always want something that we don't have. You know what I mean? And it
Mm-hmm.
didn't take me to really embrace who I am as a person until I got older. And girl, I used to look at chocolate girls. I'm like, oh, I wish I had that skin tone, because to me, chocolate women are just so beautiful, you know. And so it's always the opposite. You always want what you don't have. You have people out here getting lip injections because they want their lips bigger. You have people bleaching their skin because they want it lighter. You got people tanning their skin because they want darker. So, you really have to erase all of that and just embrace what God gave you and learn to love yourself.
Absolutely. A lot of people, you hear a lot of people talk about how some dark skinned girls have issues because of their skin tone. And there are a lot of people that are, especially in our very own community, that can be, kind of, I guess, prejudice against dark skinned people, but they don't really talk about what light skinned women go through. And I understand it, because, like I said, I have a very fair skinned
Hmm.
child that went through
Hmm.
hell.
Yeah. Yeah, people don't understand, think that, light skinned people get all the privileges. Light skinned people get a lot of hate because they always look at lighter skinned people as being more privileged, and we'll get the job first, or we have more opportunities. And that's not true, because you got some ignorant light skinned folks out here too now. And you got some brilliant dark skinned people, you know.
That's true.
So, we have to get away from uh, hating on people for the things that we don't have or for the things that they have. So it all kind of rolls back into, even like with Dolph and Nipsey Hussle and Mo 3. I think about Mo 3 sometimes, and I said, here you got this little teddy bear of a guy, to me, Mo 3 was just the cutest little teddy bear, and could sing
Yes,
and
he
rap,
could.
talented. You can't take away what God has already given you. You can't take away a brilliant mind. Dolph had a brilliant business mind. You can't take that away from him. And for everyone that's out here trying to troll and slander him and drag his name through the mud, the one thing that you can't slander, baby, is his brilliance.
That's true. That's true. He was definitely brilliant. He was. I was looking at an interview that one of the other young men, he's deceased now, unfortunately. He was a young rapper in Memphis. They asked him about Dolph. He said, I don't know Dolph. He said, I don't know him. He said, but the only thing that I can say about him is that that's a money making machine. Anything he touched, good or whatever happened to him, good or bad, he found a way to capitalize off of it. That's a money making man.
Hmm. And for him to have been such a young man to be on his grind and his hustle like that, you can't do nothing but respect it, because you know you got some old folks out here that never reached that level. You know what I mean? You got everyday working people that just content just going to work, earning their pay. But you know, Dolph, like you said, had the recipe, and whatever he figured out, it not just worked for him; it worked for his artists. And this is why I say that the artists are under attack, not just Key Glock, all of them. And I wish they stay focused, stay off this social media, and do what you do, because see, social media is demonic at times.
I'm telling you, it allows the enemy to lurk and see what you got going on and try to come up against it.
Hmm.
There are some people right now, there's so many people right now that's so jealous of Key, like it don't make no sense. It's just so hard for me to believe. People say that they want to see Dolph legacy live on. These young men are a part of what he was birthing out.
Exactly.
I want to see those young men, every one of them, succeed. And see,
Yeah.
I know sometimes with the media, you think about Destiny's Child and people like that, there's always somebody that the media kind of push out front. And if they can have somebody there with them, to keep them balanced, whereas because they are young men, they won't be getting jealous of each other and getting into it with each other. They could be a force to be reckoned with, because all of those young men are definitely talented.
Yeah. And see, anytime you put out some old bogus statement about Key Glock snitched when he was a 17-year-old young man, and from what I could see, he didn't snitch on nobody. He simply took responsibility for his part in that situation. So when you're trying to put stuff out like that, now to me, it's like you're trying to get his people to start looking at him a certain way. Oh,
Absolutely.
you know what I mean? Trying to cause dissension.
And you have to wonder why would anybody want to do that when Key Glock and them, these are the people that Dolph was grooming. Like these were the people that's on Dolph's label. We're for Dolph.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to
Mm-hmm.
see whatever Dolph had going on, we want to see it prosper.
Mm-hmm.
So why would anybody want to turn people against his artists? That's what I can't understand.
Yeah, and that's why I say these guys need to stay off social media, uh, and talking about certain things. If you want to get on social media, fine, and kind of chop it up with your fans, that's fine. But when the conversation turns into some sort of egging on or instigation, that's when you cut the live short and say, hey, I enjoyed kicking it with my fans. I'm out. You know what I mean? Because these people are so busy looking through footage and trying to find anything that they can throw up to the ceiling and see if it sticks. They had a video of Moochie Grape. He another old teddy bear with that big 100-watt smile.
And,
You
and
know,
and he is talented. That's a talented
and
brother.
talented. Yeah. So you want to find a video of him talking about what Dolph did do or didn't do. And, to me, I'm like, all of this is a moot point. Dolph is not here anymore to defend himself. We don't know what that conversation between Moochie Grape and Dolph was about or what was going on. But for you to go back into archives, trying to find paperwork on Key Glock, videos about something Moochie Grape said, they take any little thing and just dissect it and break it down and dismantle it to a point where uh, they don't even understand what content they put out. Just foolishness.
Yes,
And then you
foolish.
got this girl coming out talking about, she was the last one to take a picture with Dolph. You don't know that. You don't know where he went after he left you.
That's absolutely true, and that's the point that I was making with that man that posted. He got mad at me for saying that on the video that I uploaded this morning, talking about that lady didn't say anything wrong. I mean, this man has wanted to have a problem with me for some reason. Like I don't know who's sending him on a mission. Like I said, the only thing I know, he got some picture on his page, and he and all of his playlist is nothing but Moneybagg Yo. So I know we know he a Moneybagg Yo fan.
Yeah, Chucky Bag Yo fan, Chucky Bag Yo. Yeah. So that's what they do. They go to everybody that's talking with some sense. They go to their pages and get down in their comments and start talking stupid. And then when you dig and peel back the onion, you find that they're fans of, like you say, the other side.
Mm-hmm. That's true. It seems to me, I can see what some funny business is going on just from looking at it.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's a shame though how you think about some people were put on here as plants to
Yeah.
begin with. Some people was able to trick a whole lot of people because I think a lot of people actually thought that and still do think that a lot of these people are for dog when they're actually not. All you have to do is sit back and watch. It all comes out. But I think,
Yeah.
people can do whatever it is that they want to do. But I think that it is a shame what is going on. Some of the things that these people are saying and some of the things that they're doing, mark my word, some of these people are going to end up in jail.
I hope they
They're
do.
getting paid to try to change the narrative, but they want their money so bad. Some of these folks gonna end up in jail. Because
Honey,
they really pushing the limits. They pushing the limits as far as harassing people. I mean, they right there at the line. I've seen quite a bit of things that people have done that is criminal.
Yeah. And all of these narratives, Tamara, I mean, it has grown like a fungus, and that's what really makes me sick to my inner guts. It has grown into like a fungus. And people are so gullible. When I read some of these comments on some of these pages, oh, you are the bomb. We wouldn't know the truth if it wasn't for you. And I sit back and I say to myself, and it tickles me because I said, people so doggone gullible.
Yeah,
Believe
because the
anything.
logical thing would be to sit back and wait to see what the prosecution is going to present. They have not presented anything. You can't say that somebody was set up when we don't know what all the prosecution has. What we do know is that Straight Drop's attorney was looking sad at one time. Cornelius's attorney hadn't said a whole lot, but we do know that that prosecutor says the two people that was out there that day are the two people that was sitting in that courtroom. Now their attorneys have gonna have their opportunity to dispute that if they can, But in my opinion, I don't know if it's going to be looking that good for their attorneys. But that's just my opinion. We don't know.
And my take on that is that everyone that's arrested has a right to a defense. Okay, everyone has a right to defend themselves. Now, you also have a right to bring forth any proof disputing what a prosecutor might have, but you better make sure that you're on point and that it's verifiable. You understand? Don't go paying witnesses saying, no, he wasn't there that day, he was with me, and then come to find out that's not true. So now you in contempt of court. Now you being brought up on charges. See, people gonna have to learn to sit back and keep they self out of situations like this, because you got people out here paying witnesses to come forth with nonsense and lies.
And trust me, a lot of these witnesses, coming forward, and they need to understand giving these false statements. That's a crime.
Yeah, it's a
That's a crime
crime.
to give a false statement. So they need to think twice before they get involved in something like that. And it seems like to me, I can't understand, when you see these folks has really lost their mind. Somebody said Key Glock was in Chicago tonight. I know he was in Nebraska. I think he is in Chicago tonight. I saw that on his page. He said he's sold out.
Mm.
He's been selling out everywhere that he goes, and I'm very, very proud of him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very proud of him. I like seeing young men, especially when they've been out in the street, turning around and is doing. He's starting to thrive again, and I want to see
Mm-hmm.
that. I want to see him if he's the one to carry that torch and open up the door for the other artists. Hey, even though they're already established, sometimes you have somebody, God puts the leader in the front that's going to bring the most attention so that everybody can get the spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand why people don't want to see him win.
Because he reminds them too much of Dolph. That's why. I look at his video of him, his last few concerts. He even has mannerisms, and he kind of move like Dolph, you know, the way they move on stage. And I think he just reminds them too much of Dolph. And then he getting money. You know what I mean? He's getting paid. So, you know, like that movie Paid in Full, you know, it's all about the jealousy. You know, they want to see him crash out. You know, and I was thinking about Grove Hero. Grove Hero is a joy because he cracks me up on so many levels. But
Yeah, he's hilarious.
yeah, and I said now Grove Hero is sold out everywhere he go. You know, we had I think there was one troll tried to come at Grove Hero. You know, but Grove Hero keep doing his thing, and he's one of those They're the example of not sitting around waiting on a handout. You know, they're the example
Mhm.
of not waiting on somebody to take their hand and hand them something. See, that's the problem with a lot of these haters too. When you make your money, they think you're supposed to get your money and spread it and divide it amongst the have-nots. And I mean the have-nots, I mean the ones that's not getting up off their tail, making a way for themselves. Because they say God help those that help themselves.
What people fail to understand is I feel like Dolph was taken out of here prematurely, and God is going to handle that, and God is already in the process of handling that. And it's already
Hmm.
predestined for his legacy to win. Pre lives on through his artist.
That's right.
That's how his label lives on. And I want to see his artists win. And every one of them is going to win. Every one of them. Each and every one of them going to have the opportunity to shine, because if you listen to Dolph, he talked about when they asked him about his artists, he said he liked to work with them individually. He liked to invest time in them individually. He didn't like working, with them all at the same time, because he wanted them to each individually have their opportunity to shine.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hakia says that Grove Hero is winning also as well. Yes, he is. He's winning as well. And I'm gonna really be praying for Snoop Bands, because Snoop Bands is very talented. And
Hmm.
I see he want to get a little heated sometimes. I know it's hard.
Yeah, I saw
I
that.
saw what he posted, but he's gonna he
Hmm.
want to spin, but he gonna do what Flipper, they call Dolph Flipper wanted him to do. And I know Street Snoop Bands and Key Glock and all of them are street guys. They, young
Hmm.
street guys. Dolph has given them the opportunity to turn their lives around and make it legal. And I want them to continue on that path and allow the feds and the police department to spin.
Hmm.
Some of these people want them to go and spend. I'm talking about a lot of the people that's behind this. I think they want them to go spend so that these young men can end up in jail, do something criminal, and then Dolph, his dream just kind of tanks, because they're afraid of living on. They thought that they had killed all that when they took Dolph out.
Hmm. Yeah, I saw what Snoop Band said too, and that's why I said they need to stay off this social media. Period. Just stay off of it, because anytime you put statements out here, people and the whole internet is gonna take it and run with it and instigate it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So just stay away from all that Snoop Band. Man, just make your money and make Dolph proud. Because he wouldn't be happy with that. And I saw something another blocker said early on about I'm tired of hearing about the RICO. Well, we don't know what it's going to turn into. My best wishes is that it is a RICO so that we can clean up and get these people off the street and take them out of their glow. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So to me, when you start making statements like that, I'm tired of hearing about Rico. Pre need to go slide. Why they ain't slid yet if they loved off so much? This on the same video, and I'm saying to myself, what are you talking about? Because now you being a hypocrite. You know what I mean? You claiming that you loved off so much, but in the same breath, you encouraging and instigating his artists to go out here and slide, and you tired of hearing about the Rico. F the Rico. We want justice now. So them going out here sliding is gonna get Dolph justice. I mean, how does that work? Because that don't work for me.
No, it don't work. And not having these young men, their leader was just taken down, and having them to go crash out and ruin their lives. Then that means that the people that took Dolph out win all the way across the board. Miss
Of
Lynn says
course.
Daddy-O is encouraging them to stay focused, and they are winning. And I'm so happy. I know Daddy-O stays in the background, and I hope he continues to keep them balanced, because that's what they need. Because
Hmm.
they are some winners. Looking at them, listening to them, like I be listening to Snoop Band's song when I'm on the treadmill in the morning. Y'all heard me listen. Heard
Pop
that
it.
song, Pop
Pop
Out. I'm
it.
finna
Pop
pop out. Yeah, that's
it.
one of my songs that I listen to when I'm on that treadmill in the morning. Pop
Hmm.
out. I
Yeah.
want to see, and Moochie Grape got that song. That's a good one too. I put into rotation when I'm, because it gets your blood going. When you're on that treadmill. So, those
Hmm.
young men are very talented. I wish as those young men are. My oldest daughter is getting ready to turn 24 years old. Key Glock and all of them range from like 20 to about 24. So they could easily be one of my children.
Hmm.
So there's nowhere in the world. I mean, because I would be no better than that mother that people was accusing of having, encouraging them to go take Dolph out. As
Hmm.
some as being a 43-year-old woman, I would never in my whole life encourage nobody's children to go and crash out ever.
Me either, Tamara. Me either. I'm all for letting these black men live and enjoy the fruits of their labor, enjoy their children and their families. I'm all about that. Because one thing, I'm like you, nobody will never hear me saying they need to go, so why y'all ain't slid yet? That sounds so retarded on so many levels, and especially coming from an adult, somebody, that's been an adult for years. You got 20 years on these young men.
Hmm.
Who does that? But see, to me, uh, like I said, some of these other pages, it makes me think you started out talking about you want justice for Dolph, but now I'm seeing that it's turning into something else where you're trying to basically say these boys are innocent. So if you want justice for Dolph, you can't say that somebody's innocent, and you can't be pushing their innocence when you don't have any proof. Nobody has proof of nothing right now but the people that did it, the people that's involved, and the authorities. Them the only
Absolutely.
ones that got proof, and whoever was on the scene at that time.
I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. I can't, for the life of me, I can't understand what's going on at this point. Catalea says, "Are you still gonna get that interview with Daddy O Miss T?" I hope so. I claim it in Jesus' name. They say Daddy O don't like to be in front of the camera. He don't like to talk, but I believe in the end he'll give me an interview. I hope.
Maybe he'll do a phone interview. He don't have to be on camera.
Yeah, he could do an over the phone interview. I could
Hmm.
Skype him in or something if he wanted to do that. Or he
Yeah,
don't have to be on camera at all. Um,
yeah, that's what I
I
mean.
would
He don't
love
have
to do an interview for like 50, give me 15 to 20 minutes, Daddy. I just want to know, what you have planned for the young men, and as far as the future pre, I would love to know Because looking at Daddy-O, I was looking at Auntie Fee, and she had a still shot picture of Daddy-O at Dolph's funeral. Daddy-O looked just as broken up as Dolph's family. You know,
Yeah.
this is a basically a young man. If I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Daddy-O said Dolph started looking up to him when he was on that basketball court when he was about 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I do know that it was really young. I have to go back and look at that. But this is a man that financed Dolph. He groomed him. He helped him. He Dolph said it. Daddy-O was the person, the reason that he is where he is. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if Daddy-O likes staying in the background, I don't see why he would be jealous of Dolph being in the forefront because he never wanted to be on camera.
Yeah.
Catalina said that is the age. Okay, so that's the age.
You know, everybody don't like being out on social media, and I can attest to that from a few people in my family. You got people that just don't care for social media. You know, they don't want. No, they're private, very private, and Daddy-O strikes me as someone that's very, very private.
You know, I know people don't really care for, they don't like investigators and stuff, but I'm a cool investigator. I'm not gonna ask him anything about his. I mean, but Daddy-O is a multimillionaire now. He has a legitimate business, so I wouldn't be trying to investigate him anyways. Miss Lynn says, "You are right, Miss T. He was 10 years old." Tanya says he's low key. Yeah. And I think that's one of the reasons why they was able to be so successful because he liked being in the background. They had an understanding that Dolph would always be in the forefront. And it seems to have been working out. They couldn't have made as much money as they was making if they was butting heads with each other. They were business partners. Business partners don't make that kind of money if they're always butting heads.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems to me that they had an understanding.
Yeah, exactly. That's what people don't know, the behind the scenes understanding and relationships of people. You know, same way like with Dolph and Mia J, like I said before. We don't know what understanding they had, what kind of relationship they had, and to go and start speculating on things about Daddy-O and Mia J and Dolph and his artists, you know, we don't know. But I will say this, I believe in my heart that every last one of them had a true love for Dolph.
Yeah, I believe that too. I believe they had a true love for Dolph. If Dolph was, you saw how he gave other people. I don't see why him and Daddy-O would have a problem. He seemed like a very fair person. I don't think he would want to cross out anybody that he was getting money with. They was making so much money, even dividing that money down the middle was a
Hmm.
lot of money for both of them. They probably had the same types of investments because they probably had the same business consultants. You see what I mean? So,
Exactly.
you know,
So you know
business
we can't
partners.
cross wires. You know, Daddy-O probably worked with somebody at CMG or somebody on Jay Z side to get Dolph taken out. I'm like, where are you people coming up with all this? Because you don't see Daddy-O enough, and you don't know enough about Daddy-O to make any kind of statements or assumptions.
That's true. But Daddy-O don't let nobody know anything about him. And it seems like to me, Dolph was very respectful of that. He would mention Daddy-O's name, but as far as getting into anything else, he just he's just one of those. And there are a lot of people like that. You think about Cash Money Millionaires, even though Baby was the one out front, Birdman, their brother who they said was really the money maker, Slim, was always in the background. He never liked being on camera, but they say he was really the brains, and he was the one that really start in the beginning funded Cash Money.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Yeah. You know, another thing that bothered me, I saw a video where they put Dolph's family, I guess it was a family reunion, and had his family people pictures plastered all on the internet. Now that really bothered me, Tamara, because I'm gonna tell you something. You know, just in general, don't nobody know what his family looks like regarding that. You know what I mean? We may have seen some clips from whatever clip from the memorial that they had for Dolph. But you know, when you go digging as far as to find family reunion photos of his family, and now you want to plaster them all on the internet, that really bothers me because I wonder what kind of mind works like that. What are you gaining, and what do you get out of doing something like that? What's your point? And it pisses me off that people go to the edge. They will go to the ends to try to find anything that they can to put out here regarding Dolph. Because to me, none of that is helping the case. You're not helping to solve anything. So him have, you know, you putting his family's pictures out here on the internet, how is that solving Dolph's case?
True Life Insight says Daddy-O would not be doing no interview. Well, his family don't feel the same way you do. He played both sides, and y'all have to. He played both sides, and all y'all have to do is listen to his lyrics and look at the paper trail. Who
I
played
mean,
both sides? True Life Insights. Who are you talking about? Played both sides. That's my first time seeing you in here. True Life Insights. Who played both sides? Lynn Smith says Dog said Daddy-O and he used to freestyle against each other, and that he really looked up to him. Right, he called him his role model. Dog was very private and low key, his own self. So, wait a minute, it keeps jumping. So, it's so surprising that people want front and center in his life. And yes, Catalina never heard of Dolph beefing no other way, being no other way. But cocky, he had to stand on his business. I mean, I think that he was very sure of himself. You know, most rappers are. Most what Dolph was doing, it's not the first. I mean, rappers do that all the time. They say they're the best rapper. Jay-Z said he was the best rapper. Nobody got mad at him. Rappers do that all the time. I can't understand why people, they should not be in entertainment when they start getting mad because somebody says that he is the king of Memphis, when he is supposed to believe that about himself. He was supposed to believe it. If he didn't want gonna, if he didn't believe it, nobody else was going to. Just like the other rappers are supposed to believe that about themselves. You have a mental illness. True Life Insights. Are you still on here? Ain't they coming out the closet tonight? Hero Fix TV. They coming out the
girl,
closet tonight.
like termites.
But you know what they say now? That's when them spirits start lurking, trying to find somebody to. Um, let's see. My role model used to. I love that part. My role model used to get 100 blocks, 100 shots, 100 shots. I like when he say that. My role model used to get 100 blocks. He talking about Daddy-O. He said them niggas in them tuxedos, we the mob. I used to love his verses. Well, actually, I just started listening to his stuff, really, really listening to it. And just listening to it is a lot of it is very inspiring. It is. And I've learned the songs just listening to him on the treadmill. He had the healthy case of confidence that added to attraction and allure in his music. Absolutely. People loved his verses, you know. People loved his verses.
And you
I'm,
know
I'm
what?
waiting for who is that up there? They said that, True Life Insights. I'm waiting. You said that his family don't feel the same way, and Daddy-O was playing both sides. So I want to know how you know.
Do you know Daddy-O personally, True Life?
Snoozy Cake said, "Okay, Gangster T, yeah, 100 shots." I'm telling you, when it's just certain things like I can't listen to certain music because it's a lot of it is just too low vibrational. But Dolph had got a lot of songs that really inspire. I'm serious, even though it's supposed to be trap music, it inspires self-made millionaire. Oh, what a feeling. And a lot of people, was just jealous of that. And I hate that people feel the need um to tarnish this man's image,
Mhm.
because a lot of these people that tarnish this man's image, they're being paid to do that, you know.
Absolutely.
And I think
Absolutely.
it's a shame before God. They killed him. They took him out. If whoever did this, if they got the people, if they got a couple of the people, but that's how you know that they don't have all of the people, because you got people on the outside that hate this man so much that they're still trying to tarnish his image. They're still trying to threaten people. They kind of give themselves away. That hate just and that jealousy just consumes them. A snoozer cake says, "I feel the same way. I've been listening to straight R&B lately because I can't even relate to a lot of rap nowadays." I'm telling you, some of this rap will have your head hurting. You listen to it and you know that it's just pure D evil. It changes your mood and stuff. Just like just like you have to, but that's the ear gates. You have to watch what you allow to go into your ear gate. Catalan says, "Very jealous, and they couldn't be him or even stand close to even rub elbows with him." That's true. A lot of them sure couldn't. I can't understand. God blesses people to make that type of money. You know, a lot of these artists, how they go back and forwards with each other. If it's about making money, make your money, live your best life, but you live to see another day. You go home to your family. It shouldn't have anything, it should not be any killing at all. And people should not, when you got the type of money that a lot of these young men have, you should not have people around you that could put you in jeopardy of losing everything. You really have to be careful of the
Mhm.
people that you have around you. I wouldn't have nobody around me that's talking about killing somebody every minute and bragging about it.
That's right.
And I'm trying to build some type of empire and I'm allowing that to go on and still affiliating myself with that. Mm-mm. I can't understand it. T-Shaw says Lil Wayne was on I Am Athlete podcast and Ocho Cinco asked him who he's listening to now, and he said he just got into Dolph and how impactful he was and how he wished he listened before he passed. I'm telling you, I'm telling
Mhm.
you. And Lil Wayne used to be one of my favorite artists. And look at kind of how they done him. I don't has Lil Wayne even put out anything? It seemed like to me, I know he was going through that stuff with Cash Money, but somebody as talented as Lil Wayne has an original sound. Like just about everything that Lil Wayne was putting out, I was loving it. And it
Mhm.
seems like now he's kind of been put on the shelf. I'm surprised Lil Wayne is not putting out music. One of my favorite songs that Lil Wayne got that's very inspiring to me is The Fireman. I love the beat and everything. The
Mhm.
Fireman. Says love me some Professor Grip and Kenny. Okay. Kenny who?
Getting money?
Kenny Money? It just draws you to its center of righteousness. Um, Justice Moss says, hi, Leah and Kim D. Wilson, as well as Kimberly Spencer. Peace and blessings. Always take care. Be safe, my queens. Thank you, Justice Moss. Kim is not on here tonight because she had asked me if I was going to get on. And I was on my way home and I was like, no, I'm not getting on tonight. I've had a long day. And then when I got home, I looked at my messages and I saw that weirdo, and I was already in a bad mood.
What weirdo? Did I miss some? I must have missed.
Yeah, some man named Dwayne. I can't think of his last name. He's always posting negative stuff on my post. He popped up like 2 weeks ago from out of nowhere. I never seen this man on my blog, and he went back to some of my old vlogs. You know, when Miss D was getting on here all the time. And he said some pretty derogatory things about, well, he wanted to say some things about Miss D, and then he came at me, really me and Miss D, you know. And so he was saying that that I was one-sided, that I always came at the men, didn't have anything to say about the women, and some more stuff. I mean, he looking at videos from 2 months ago. I didn't even know who this man was. So then it seemed he said he started posting negative stuff. It's like he was going through every video, starting from the oldest, working his way up to the newer ones, and he found something wrong. He finds something wrong in everything I say. So today he posted, something to the effect of, that lady said nothing wrong. Tamara, how do you know that that lady didn't take that picture with Doll? Well, the only thing I said was, I told people, don't believe everything you hear. In my opinion, I said believe whatever you want, but in my opinion, that picture looks photoshopped. It could not be, but it looked photoshopped. It seemed like to me that pissed him off. He said, how do I know? That lady probably was the last person that saw Dog. And I said, how do you know? Did you follow him?
9 times out of 10, he didn't. He probably from the other side or somewhere sent him.
Right, because he popped up from out of nowhere. And when you look at his page, his playlist has nothing but Moneybagg Yo videos. He needs to leave me alone.
I'm gonna tell you something about me. If a blogger says something that I really don't like, or something that gets under my skin, and they keep, with the same type of foolish content, I just unsubscribe from them. I don't go into their comments and start arguing with them. You know what I mean? My way is to just drop it and walk away. So when you get into a person's comments and you start that's trolling. When you start trolling them in the comments, it's because you're making a comment is because you want their other subscribers to start downing them or not believing what they say. See, I don't need a whole team of people to think the way I think. I will feel the way I feel, but I will quietly exit the stage. I'll take a bow and exit the stage. I don't need to make comments. So he's doing that for the sole purpose of trying to get your subs to start thinking some kind of way. People are distractions.
Absolutely, that's what they do. And you have people, and I know just as well when they're doing it, to send people to post on comments, but I delete them. I'm gonna start blocking them to post certain things, and they'll go. And I can't get these women. They be so eager to be sent out. But you're right. A lot of them will make fake pages. That's why I say that crabs in a bucket mentality. And that's the type of stuff that they do to try to get people to start feeling a certain way about you. A lot of them, even that's how it's a lot of mental illness. And then in our community, there's a sickness because a lot of them have more, subscribers than you. And they still get jealous and want to cause, distension and don't want people listening to you. That's when people have an agenda that they want to push. Because when people put stuff out, a lot of times they put that stuff out, even if they know they lie, They put it out and they get their views or whatever and go on with their life. But when people don't want folks listening to you, they feel like they're supposed to just listen to what they say. Those are people with an agenda. Normally real dangerous people.
I call them the occult. It's almost like a cult. You know what I mean? Where you try to gain these followers. And once you get these followers, to me, it becomes some sort of brainwashing and mind control. And you dare not let or have your followers go listen to another page because they might learn something or start looking at you stupid. So the way to stop all that is to talk negatively of the person that's putting out the real truth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. I was reading what Iris said. Today is today is a depressing day. Seeing the video of the security guard in Atlanta getting shot and people robbing him while he's deceased. Oh my God, what has this world come to?
I saw that.
I didn't see it.
It is very disturbing. It's disturbing on so many levels. It really is.
Mercy. And so he was shot today.
No, that was it day before yesterday?
That's what I said. The mentality of people. What is going on in this world? People have gotten worse as far as their mentality than animals. That's how you know that they own some kind of drug that's chemically screwing them up. Because anybody with human feelings can't do anything like that. These people now are on so many drugs and they mix it with alcohol that it is absolutely ridiculous. Walking around like zombies. They're really the walking dead.
Yeah. We're literally living in a zombie land. Seriously. And for everybody, like for myself, that don't do drugs like that. Now I smoke my cigarettes, and I'm trying to stop that because Player Cole, with one of his videos, Food for Thought, put something on my brain about, being able to put your mind to something and stop doing things and make a change. So I specifically thought that he was addressing me per se because sometimes you need that message, and his Food for Thoughts be really very insightful. But going back to this, we have people out here that are heavily into drugs, and to me, drugs brings about mental illness. And then you have some of the population that don't do any kind of drug. You know what I mean? And for those of us that aren't doing drugs and that have our sanity, it's really it's almost like Clash of the Titans, so to speak. You can't even commingle and live with each other because the people that's not doing drugs are trying to decipher, how to go about their day-to-day routine, trying to be safe, trying to keep their kids safe, trying to keep their homes safe. You know what I mean? And it's like we shouldn't have to walk out our front door and be on alert the whole time you're outside. It's crazy. And these kids are being taken out. They're taking these little kids out, gang crossfire, and just shooting in a moving vehicle because you think it's so-and-so, but come to find out the moving vehicle is occupied by nobody that you were after.
And they don't care.
No.
I've never seen so many young people that brag about taking somebody else's life. They live to go take a life so that they can say that they got bodies. It's almost like something has to happen for it to stop. Like I said, I would love to see the younger men and women, because these girls are just as bad now. You look at a lot of these girls now, you pay attention to their eyes. They just as zombified as a lot of these men.
Yeah, zombified.
And they do worse because they want to be accepted so bad. They trying harder.
Yes,
That's
they
why I
are.
say it's so many. You see the women now, just a little bit of it now. How you see women about to get themselves charged with some type of crime because they're letting people send them out on the internet, and a lot of these people they've never even met in their whole life, and they're so easily influenced and sent out.
Mm-hmm.
How could you disrupt your life like that? Pernell says it's not the drugs, it's the cowards with the guns. Well, the drugs give them a false sense of who they are.
Yeah. Give them encouragement to go out here and do all this foolishness.
Tanya says shooting a defenseless man 22 times is mental illness. You absolutely right. It's mental illness on so many levels. You know, I look at Straight Drop, and Straight Drop, be quiet, Remy. Straight Drop is a absolutely nice looking, handsome young man. He's a handsome young man. You know, he's a couple months older than my oldest daughter. Be quiet, Remy.
Remy, what you talking about, girl?
I think she hear another dog. Whenever she hear the neighbor's dog, she start barking. And if you look at Straight Drop's eyes, though, because when she start barking, I get quiet. Normally, my camera will, but she hear that dog. But when you look at Straight Drop's eyes, you could tell that something is off. You know, somebody had got on here one night. Be quiet, Remy. Somebody had gotten on here one night, and they said that they was in jail with Straight Drop. They said that he would cut hair in jail or whatever. He was real quiet, and I think I told you that this guy that's a friend of mine, he's an activist now. He talked about he couldn't believe when I told him. I had told him in the very beginning. I said I think that the young man that they call Straight Drop is going to be charged, and he argued me down. No, I don't believe that. Before anybody ever knew his name, he said his name is Justin. No, he didn't believe that people talk about how quiet Straight Drop is. But somebody got on here one night and he was like, he used to cut hair in jail. He was real quiet. He said he was in jail with him before, but you could tell he was thrown off. Mental illness is real. If you look at Straight Drop's eyes, you can tell that there's nothing there. But at the same time, people was mad at me before because I said that when I saw when Straight Drop was standing in court and Judge Coffey was reading all those charges, Straight Drop looked devastated. At that point, you can look at his eyes and tell, even though he might be a little thrown off, he's still somewhat of a child.
Yeah, he's a child. They have that child mentality. I actually wonder if his mother is active in his life, or who was his guardian if his mom wasn't there.
I wonder. Because you think about a young man that has been charged with sexual assault, and at that time it was aggravated sexual assault. He was still a minor. You have to wonder, is that learned behavior? I know kids are bad and they get into stuff, but is it learned behavior? And it seems like that repetitive behavior, number one, when he was going to jail, they was letting him back out. You have to wonder why that was happening. I think I know why it was happening. I think I know why. But at the same time, they was not helping him at all. And then like I was saying, a lot of these politicians, these judges and stuff are elected. They couldn't care less about releasing somebody and sending them back to the same community that they destroying, because they going out there to Germantown in the suburbs. They don't really have to deal with what goes on in the Black community until they sitting behind that bench.
That's why I say they keep letting them in and out, slapping them on the wrist, revolving door. My thing is, they need to start making them do state time like they do Fed time. Fed, you serve almost all of your sentence. State time, they give them 30 years and you see them out in a year or two. And it's crazy because, they feel like there's no real consequences, dire consequences. They're going to keep popping out, doing the same stuff, going back. Then they go back and, like you say, get healthy, fat and healthy, and get their mind right. Then they come back out and they back on the same thing.
That's right. I went back and listened to that tape that when I said that, and when I had forgot that I said it. When I heard it, I was so tickled at myself. I didn't know.
You said they go back
and up here and got mad.
Nurses going nurse them back to health because they be half dead on the streets.
And that's so true. A lot of people, they're talking about COVID in Memphis. We have an area, and you can get these numbers and stuff from the health department. We have an area which is predominantly African American, predominantly Black, called it's called Binghamton. And in Binghamton, that area, that community is not even that big, but it is one of the highest AIDS rates. But it's really spread out throughout Shelby County now. You think about the agenda and why they are not saying anything. They're slowly, like, nobody ever even talks about HIV and AIDS anymore, and it is spreading so rapidly. When you hear people talk about HIV and AIDS now, they go, "Oh, well, you can live with it." They're not saying anything about prevention. And African American, the younger people, I think they said now, as far as like herpes and maybe HIV is starting to rise now with men that are in their late 50s and 60s. And a lot of them are married because they say they're tricking off on a lot of these young girls and are using condoms, and they're taking AIDS back home to, they're contracting AIDS and taking it back home to their family, to their wives and stuff. It's got to be a sad thing.
Yeah.
And to have lived your life like that, and then wait till you get in your 60s and contract AIDS from a young woman.
Girl, and that's something, I'm a Dr. G medical examiner fan. I always watch her show on TV. And she had a case where a young lady was out to the bar. She got a little frisky with a stranger in the bar. They drinking and they started kissing. And he kissing her, and he bit her on her lip. So at which point, she backed away from him. She wound up going home. Do you know within a couple of weeks, that lady was dead, honey? She had contracted herpes from him. And the herpes, she had systematic herpes. And they said when they got her body, Dr. G said when she got her body was covered in hundreds of herpes blisters. And the blisters were all in her kidneys and stuff, girl.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the herpes literally killed this lady from a kiss, a bite on the lip. So Dr. G said that she had already had a compromised immune system because I think she had had some form of cancer or something. So her immune system was already kind of weak. And this man bit her on the lip. So he had an active herpes on his mouth. And when he bit her, that herpes spread, and they did a dramatization, what they call it, dramatization of the actual body, girl. And they said this lady's body was covered with hundreds of herpes blisters, all internally. And it killed her. So people are going to have to be careful. Stop letting these girls that take these booty pictures. I'm so sick and tired of seeing booty pictures. I don't know what to do. Everything is about booty, 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 booty,
and the booties be fake.
Girl, all this old manufactured, I call it manufactured behinds. They done went and got some fat sucked out of somewhere because they waist look like it's a size 15. And then they done had all this fat injected into their butt. And I see more booty pictures. Everything's about turning around to the camera so you can see my booty. So these guys get out here, they see all this booty, and their eyes start twirling around in their head. and they want to see what it's like, and then they get out here and pop off with these girls, trick off with these girls. And I'm gonna tell you something. I said, me being an older woman, and I know for a fact I have worked with some younger girls, and these guys need to hear it from a woman, honey. It's some females out here that don't even know how to bathe themselves
And,
correctly.
and they sure don't. And sometimes they don't braid themselves at all.
Yeah, because anytime I can go behind you in a stall and it smell like a dead cow in there, and yeah, and she done came out, honey, and she in the mirror just making sure her booty looking just right. And I said, little do these guys know, honey, she just left out the stall, and I mean, she tore it up and stunk it up, and you know, and she be the main one out here tricking off, and these dudes are trick off with her, not realizing she don't even know how to keep herself clean.
Oh, Leah says, Miss T, did you watch on the Cursing Pastor with he interviewed Abigail Noel, psychic by phone? She did a reading on Young Dolph. She stated that he was killed. Wait a minute, y'all. That keeps jumping. She stated that he was killed by a hit sent out by CMG, and all the music industry was jealous and hated him for not signing with a record label, which knocked them out of billions of dollars, and that they envied him because of his music talent that God blessed him with. When did she do that interview, Lynn?
Yeah, I saw that. I heard it.
Oh wow.
It's probably about maybe 2 months old. hmm But
Wow.
well, the obvious is the obvious. We already know that they hated on him and they was jealous. Like I say before, the why Dolph situation happened to me is not even relevant at this point in my mind because I think I already know why. I want to know the who. This should be Operation PPP, plotter, planners, and payers at this point. That's what I want to know.
Yeah. At this point, like I said, we want everybody that was involved brought to justice. We want everybody brought to justice. Me, in my
hmm
opinion, and this is just my opinion, I don't believe that Cornelius is as innocent as people would want to think. I don't believe it. You know,
hmm
um, and if he just so happened to just be at the wrong place at the wrong time, or be the driver or something like that, I think he needs to talk.
He needs to tell that. I heard somebody, not heard, I saw what somebody, a person commenting said, well, he probably was just the car cleaner. He probably got the car back after the hit and went and gave it a good car wash. So my thing is, okay, so he needs to tell who gave him the car back. If he wasn't the driver, if he wasn't there in person, who gave you this car to go get it washed? If that's a scenario. But like I say, we don't know. So, for all of these people trying to come up with all of these defense, I call it defense tactics.
That's true. We have to sit and wait it out. Because one thing for
hmm
sure, it's gonna come out. It's definitely gonna come out. Some
It's
people
gonna
are
come out.
worried. Some people are truly worrying themselves crazy, and I'm
Yeah.
serious because sometimes I sit back and I go, I wonder if this is a game, the way that they're acting. But I truly believe that a lot of these people are truly mentally ill.
hmm It's a lot
Because you
going
have to
on.
sit back. Anybody that has ever been found guilty, just like for instance, there's this young man down in New Orleans who we're working with. He was found guilty of a crime. Okay. Um, but when we went and looked at everything, because he was found guilty 20 something years ago. So we was able to go look at what was presented in court to see that his lawyer was really not for him, and what was presented by the prosecution, right? And how they was working together. Because this man they didn't have anything. That's something different. Okay. In this situation, we don't know what all they got because nothing has been presented. I can't dispute something, and I don't know everything that they got. The only thing I could say is, in my opinion, I don't feel like he's as innocent. You know, I truly believe that he played some type of part in this. Catalina says, no, the lady who saw his death a year ago, she sent a warning that he was in big danger and to be careful, that death was on him a whole year before it happened. She said a lot, and she didn't know him. Really? Are you
Yeah, you
talking?
have to listen to it because, sometimes, some things like that, Miss T, and it's just me personally. I take things like that with a grain of salt at times. But yeah, it was pretty interesting what she was saying.
Parnell says a lot play. I guess trying to say a lot of people play like they have that mental health issues, run that test on them. A lot of people getting over in the Pernell.
Yeah, trying to use it for their defense. Well, see,
I
what had
said,
happened was I was crazy at the time.
I'm gonna tell you something. The craziest, the most pitiful person in the world is a pitiful. My grandma used to say, the most pitiful person in the world is a pitiful person that don't even know that they pitiful. They don't even realize that they how pitiful they are.
Now I
So
know one thing that I tuned my ears into, Miss T, and I've actually replayed this statement over and over and over. And I really think that there's some validity to what the insurance agent said because I can't see why one, Thaddeus Matthews would make anything like this up, and two, why would he pay somebody to say these things? And three, this guy is a bona fide insurance agent. So I really can't understand uh, what would be the point of making up such a statement. And I really do believe that there is a whole lot of truth in this insurance agent statement. I also believe that there's truth in Raven's statement from her first initial TV news anchor interview, with the newscaster. So, I'm the type of person, I go back to early on interviews and statements, you know what I mean? Because
mhm.
anything thereafter to me is just smoke and mirrors. Because I said when people are emotional and they're just like basically talking, a lot of times they tell the truth the first time.
Mhm. That insurance agent, like, he definitely didn't have a reason to lie. I do think that he told Thaddeus because he wanted for Thaddeus to. He knows that a lot of the officials in this city listen to Thaddeus' show because they don't know what he's going to say. Lord have mercy. Flame Spitter says, I think they kidnapped Dolph on the 15th to the 15th to 16th and 17th. Well, Flame Spitter, let me go ahead and dispute that. I'm glad you said that. Uh, the on the 15th, he was over there at the cancer center, so he wasn't missing. He was over there at the cancer center. Remember, because that was on TV. So he wasn't missing on the 15th. So y'all gonna have to take the 15th off. Y'all gonna have to omit the 15th and just kind of leave it at the 16th. So the 15th is omitted. We know that he was over at the cancer center because that's on video. So y'all gonna have to go and rework that one. Um, let me see. Rest in peace, young dog says, "Hey T, I just saw that you was on, been ripping and running, but people think straight drop innocent. That's false. I tried sending you a pic of straight drop with his pants hanging down like he the shooter. Yeah, send it to me. Real talk with Tamara at gmail.com. I know these people are not resting peacefully at night because their statute of limitations on murder. She was on point with the Lorenzen Wright murder. She was on point with the Lorenzen Wright murder. She was on point.
Yeah, and that's what people got to realize, that there's no statute of limitation on murder, so they can be looking at you for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. They will lock you up 50 years later if you're still living.
Flame Spitter says the restaurant looks like Yo Gotti's mama restaurant from that picture Dolph took with that young lady. Wow. It looks photoshopped to me, you know. That's my opinion. When I first looked at that picture, it didn't look right to me. You know, I'm not going to dispute, go back and forth with nobody about it, because that's my opinion. When I first looked at it, it looked photoshopped. It just it do.
As they say, it looked janky. It looked janky to me.
Mm-hmm. I've never been into Yo Gotti's mother's restaurant. I've never been in there. Antonio says, right, rework that and come back. Yeah, people saying that they think that he was missing, but I'm gonna put this out there for all the vloggers. Remember, on the 15th, he was over at the cancer center. That was that Monday. That was all over the news. And that was the day. See, y'all don't know what all the police got. A reliable source told me that they were supposed to allegedly he was stalked in. They got that information from somebody. Flame Spitter just changed. He said it's 16 or 17. I shouldn't have said nothing. Because no, people clearly said 3 days, Flame Spitter. So but I don't believe that. I don't believe that he was kidnapped. People clearly said the 15, 16, and 17. I've been looking at it all day, but I didn't, when I would get the opportunity to, actually yesterday or the day before, they've been saying that for a couple of days now. And I knew that that was not accurate because that Monday he was over at the cancer center. And that was all of we got that on video, so he was not missing.
Exactly.
Just because they didn't have a picture of him on the 16th, don't mean that he was missing. The man could have just been with his family. He didn't have to be out there. He didn't have to be accounted for every day as it relates to us. But people has been running where he was missing for 3 days, and I just let them, I didn't say nothing, but I knew, people had forgot that on the 15th he wasn't missing. He had all of his little dudes around him because they had him on the news right here in Memphis, being over there at the hospital when he gave that 25 grand to the cancer center. Okay, and like I said, a reliable source told me that allegedly, and it might not be allegedly, because the person that told me would know. These young men, that's why I kind of have issues. First of all, the cookie shop has not been implicated. I can't blame the cookie shop, but a reliable source told me that these same people wanted to try to take Dolph out 2 days before, and he had too many people around him. That would have been that Monday.
So and who would know that?
A lot of stuff that we don't, a lot of stuff that has not come out. That's why when, I can't say this, and that. I can't say that because there's just a lot of stuff that we don't know.
And who would know that except for somebody that was involved, that they tried to do it on a Monday? That Absolutely. Would say that. Mm-hmm. So somebody gave that statement. Somebody gave them that statement, and that's how they know.
Deshaun says when he was on the news at the cancer center, I think that's how they knew he was in town. Right, he was all over the news on every channel because he gave that money to the cancer center. He was at that cancer center. It's something because I'm told that they wanted to try to get him that day, and he had a lot of people around him. And the person that told me that would know. So that's why I say we don't really know what all they got. We don't know who all is talking. No vlogger can go and tell these people anything that they hadn't already heard, that they don't already know. When I told y'all that my friend said, and I don't talk about it much, when he said to me, we have not ran into any dead ends, I knew exactly what he was talking about. That means the information that they have been getting, they have to go investigate and check it out. It has been checking out. It has been leading somewhere. No dead ends.
I don't think it's any dead ends either because they're not asking for tips from the public anymore.
Absolutely. Flame Spitter says, I think they murdered him that night and put his body there in the afternoon and let off some shots for the police to come because wait a minute, it jumped because there was no blood there at all, allegedly. But if you're gonna say allegedly, that means you don't, I mean, come on now.
There was no blood there, so the taping the video that they're talking about of somebody mopping up in the shop. To me, it's not close enough to even see if there's any blood or whatever. You know what I mean? We can't see the actual floor where this person was mopping. So how do we know it wasn't any blood there? See, that's what I mean. People coming up, just say anything because they heard somebody else say
it. Space Goon laughing at that one. Rest in peace, Young Dog says, right, T. Most definitely ain't get kidnapped. I'm gonna say that now. If so, he must have got kidnapped by Moochie Grape and took to East Memphis to pass out turkeys. Because what didn't he pass out turkeys? Because see, they was passing out turkeys every day, if I'm not mistaken. I know they was over at the cancer center on that Monday because it was all over the news. If I'm not mistaken, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. That Tuesday that they say he was kidnapped, they said he was kidnapped from Monday through Wednesday. Now that I didn't say nothing, people just was posting that. Now I'm saying that he was all over the news Monday. I was just waiting to see how far this was gonna go. Now the dates are being changed. Now they're saying Tuesday and Wednesday he was kidnapped. But rest in peace, Young Dolph just said, because see, they was giving out turkeys every day. So on the 16th, it's looking like he might have been in East Memphis giving out turkeys with Big Moochie Grape. So that leaves the day that he was taken out, which means he didn't go missing, right? Miss Lynn said, Miss T, what puzzled me is the way he parked his car, like he rushed out of his car in a hurry. Yeah.
The one thing I'll say about that is that, you have those parking bumps, what you call those stoppers, those concrete barriers, when you park in a space like that. By his car, the front of his car sitting low, I would think that when you have a car that sits low like that, you don't want to damage the front end of underneath your car. So I know a lot of people that don't pull directly up on those concrete bumpers. That's just my take on it.
Yeah. Now, I think I've been, Shirley, I'd heard some people talk about that and said Cornelius' father says that Little Amigos is not his brother. I think I have been hinting or not hinting, I flat out said it. That was looked into. And I think I kept saying if they got the same mama and daddy, it ain't on their birth certificate. Somebody that, I mean, people can't, I said that. I knew that they weren't brothers. Player Cole knows. Player Cole said it. Player Cole knows Lil Migo's whole family. Player Cole said it from the very start. Player Cole says, I know his whole family. They're not brothers. I know his family personally. They're not brothers. Somebody told me if they got the same, that was looked into, if they got the same, if they was brothers, they ought to have the same mama or daddy or both.
Mm-hmm.
So just because police officers, or the investigators aren't telling us everything they do, don't mean that they're not eliminating stuff. They're not looking into stuff.
And people got to realize the real OGs or the real gangsters in Memphis that know the real deal, they not gonna say anything. So to me, if you don't hear it from somebody that's like really close to the situation or know these guys personally, uh, you really don't know anything.
Rest in peace, Young Dolph says they passed out turkeys after the cancer center interview on Monday, and Tuesday they still wrong because Tuesday Dolph them went to Kenny Mooney's hood in South Memphis, and the day Dolph died was Fizzle Day. They was passing out turkeys every day in every hood of all of his artists. So so he was doing something every day. Like he said, the day that he, was taken out, they was probably gonna be in Castelia. Because if I'm not, where's Jay Fizzle from? Is he from Castelia? Rest in peace, Young Dolph. I think you would know that. Divine Black Rose says, yeah, Miss T, that mental illness video is necessary. I think it's necessary too. Like I said, when I saw people spreading that narrative about him being, I just wanted to see myself, because it's been going around now for the last couple of days, how people would, run with that. And I was like, dog, people have forgotten about that this young man was all over the news in Memphis. Well, the Memphians knew it was on the internet too. That Monday, he was all over the news because he was down there at the cancer center.
They not trying to hear that, Miss T, because it doesn't fit their mentally disabled brain. That doesn't fit the narrative. They're not trying to hear facts. That the truth throws off their narratives. And I looked at that video of him at the cancer center and the amount of love that people were showing him, and to see the smile on his face. Dolph looked like he was just happy being able to give. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He seemed like he was just so happy to make somebody else's day. And I looked at him on that video. Actually, I watched that video last night again, and just to see his smile and his demeanor, and just how much love the people that worked there showed him.
He said that he loved giving. He said that made him happiest when he was giving, because he already had everything.
Yeah, you can see it in his eyes and in his face. It was like his eyes were dancing, and just a good soul. You know what I mean? And when you find people that are just good to the bone and to the inner being, those are the people you have to embrace. You don't take them out, you embrace them. Because I can't even imagine how many more people he could have helped in his city, and how many younger people that may have changed their lives just being able to be around him. It's so much more that he had to do here on earth.
Mm-hmm. We had an earthquake that night.
Yeah, I remember you all saying that.
The night that he was taken out.
I said God was angry.
Yeah, God was angry. They prematurely took him out. That's why I know, like, the people that are behind this, whoever they are, the only thing we could do is speculate. The authorities know. So I think, when people start running scared and they want to start threatening people, it's not helping their case any. And it's no need to threaten any of us, because the people already know who they are because of their investigation. probably because of some of the people around them that told on them. Who's to say? You know, we don't know these people personally. So if they have been implicated in something, whoever they are and whoever these people are that we don't know about yet, the only people that can implicate you in something is the people that know you.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
These vloggers just speculate a lot. That's all we can, do unless somebody that know about the case tell us something.
Mm-hmm. And since
But
they
the
so
people that know
crazy,
you are the ones that usually, drop a dime on you.
that's right. That's right. And somebody has dropped a dime on them. I believe that.
Ben did that.
And I
Ben
said,
did.
since some of these bloggers got so much love for Memphis, even though they don't live there, since y'all got so much love for Memphis, why don't you try to find out what happened to Mary Jones? You know, the young lady that used to play basketball for Memphis University. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's so many other things going on in the city that y'all say y'all got love for, because that's where Dolph is from. You know, it's so much happening in Memphis. Why y'all not trying to figure out what happened to other people that have lost their life or that's missing? You know what I mean? And that's what I mean by the hypocritical. They take the hypocritical oath, fake love.
Divine says one thing I've noticed is that the fact that people haven't come out saying negative things about him in testament to his character. That's true. Rest in peace, Young Dog says it was so sad. They had so many turkeys, they still had to pass out even after he died. If they would have never got him at the cookie shop, they was probably gonna shoot up the turkey drive. That's probably true because they had an assignment. They had an assignment. You have to think about if they was stalking that man, they was all up there at the cancer center. If may allegedly, but I guess the person who told me would know. So if they were stalking him that day, they knew he was at that cancer center. He had people around him. They weren't crazy enough. You talk about that cancer center has security and stuff. I'm talking about their own security. Evidently, they must have known they was gonna get wet back up.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine how catastrophic that would have been, though, to shoot up a turkey drive with innocent people out there trying to get a free turkey?
That's sad, ain't it?
Yeah.
They had an assignment, and and rest in peace, Young Dolph is probably telling the truth because they had an assignment and they had to get him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They daddy sent them out there to complete their assignment, and seems like they had to have it done by a certain time. You know, it's like they couldn't let him get out of Memphis and go back home.
Parnell says more coming. They keep playing big facts. His powers is nothing to play with. I told his powers was going to show up in Memphis, Tennessee after Dolph passed. Stop playing with him. I'm telling you, you can't play with God. Period. People in fear of the wrong people. They need to be in fear of God because that's where the wrath is going to come from.
Mm-hmm.
Have anyone ever noticed? Has anyone else noticed that in the news lately, the government has been doing nationwide stings, arresting high value targets everywhere?
Yeah.
Everywhere. And these people wouldn't be able to, these folks that's being busted, like I said, these bloggers don't know them personally. How do they think that they get information on them?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the people around them. Oftentimes. Or pillow talk.
Yeah, pillow talk. And you know, a lot of these families are big. You know what I mean? These street guys, they got big families. So, you know, somebody out of that family could get arrested for something and start running their mouth, because we all know that self-preservation is the first law of nature. So, you know, if you get arrested for something, you're going to do everything in your power to get out of your rap by telling something. you know, if I give you a little information on this case, will you let me go?
And that's what's been happening. Iris says you can't defeat technology when you don't know what's available. I'm telling you, and there's a
That's
lot of
right.
stuff available, a lot of stuff that we're not even privy to.
Hmm.
We would never be privy to.
I would fall back in my seat if I could personally ever get a hold of the phone records. I would love to see the dots connected and see what was said in the messages, because it's all in the messages too.
It's that gang that they just took down. They were sitting up. People have lost their minds. From what I was reading, they was having gang meetings on the internet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
On the internet.
They gave their whole operation away and all of their criminal activities texting each other. So that's why I say in Dolph case, I would love to be a fly on the investigator's shoulder, reading those text messages.
Well, like I said, one thing for sure. Whatever whatever they whatever their whoever their target is, whatever their target is, they've been zoned in on it. Like I said, it ain't got nothing to do with no vloggers, you know.
Mhm.
Um, I'm gonna say it again. The people just need to sit back and wait to see what's gonna happen because we don't know what all they got.
Mhm. People are too impatient for that. They're too impatient, and they want to steer the narrative before the trial get going, so that whoever may be a jury of these guys' peers, minds will already be tainted. You know, because I don't know if they're going to have a jury or a judge for the final verdict. You know what I mean? But if there's a jury, you know, who's the jury? The jury is the public.
Absolutely.
So the best way to taint the jury before the jury can even be selected is to spin a narrative beforehand. And I think that's what they're doing.
Hmm. Rest in peace, young dog says right T. Think they was gonna do it for real. And another way we would found out if he was followed or called if the cookie people told the people when the shooters pulled up after a little after he arrived. You see how they like Kofiga said they bushwhackers. You see they jumped out of their car. They stopped on the other side of his car so that they couldn't have a good view of them.
Hmm.
Um
Right. They stopped the car out of eye sight of the actual cookie shop window, the immediate viewing. You know what I mean? It was kind of away from the cookie shop window.
he says, Flame Spitter says, did you hear Lil Papa new song featuring Yo Gotti? Said his signature, his Draco, and the fans is his ops, dissing Dolph. Wow. So this is the young man that he just signed the other day, and he already got a song dissing Dolph.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about last night. See, uh, he's got to be initiated into the savages, Satan savages army. So now they done signed him up to be a soldier in the army of Satan.
Because that young man lives way in Jacksonville, Florida. Did somebody say he was a gospel rapper at first?
Yeah, I said that.
So
Yeah,
he wouldn't have even had any issues with Dolph. So that means that this whatever issues that these men are having with Dolph is being promoted. They're
yeah.
being told to say this stuff.
He wouldn't know Dolph probably from a can of paint and probably never met him. So, you know, who's putting you up to make some kind of diss song about Dolph, somebody that you don't know and probably never met? And see, this is what get these young boys new to the game knocked off.
Absolutely. Pernell says Gotti about to get killed playing with people's kids. I think T.I., which I don't
Miss
really
T,
have a whole lot of respect for T.I.
no, T.I. another, he's second in command as far as the puppet masters go. String puller.
Rest in peace, Young Dog said, I still think the one with his pants sagging was straight drop because he got a habit of having his pants hanging, and he should have never even signed to YG because he don't know Dolph and already a made man.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad. As soon as you sign somebody, they dissing a dead man.
Yeah.
So you already creating enemies for them.
Yes, absolutely. And I'd love to know how much his life insurance is. How much life insurance you got on him, Gotti?
It's a shame.
Yeah. All of these minions. You know what I mean? Uh, you are a coward. You are not going to get out here and do it yourself. So you signing all these random people, making them think they about to be a rock star, and they're gonna be rocking out all right, rocking out in somebody's cemetery or in jail.
That's a shame. How old is that young man? I'm sure he's in his early 20s too. See, that's what I'm talking about. These are
What?
young men.
He don't look like he no more than 20. I don't even think he's 21. He's a baby. He's a baby.
Pernell says they in Jacksonville. They get knocked off. They're not playing about Dolph in Jacksonville. And that's
Hmm.
that's where that young man is from. He's from out of Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. It's gonna have to be some leaders to step up, you know.
Yeah.
Because the devil does not have a conscience about what he is doing at all.
Hmm.
The devil don't have a conscience about what he's doing at all.
Mm.
Destroying lives.
But I still say I feel something in my spirit, Tamara, because last night I had another dream, and I had another dream that somebody uh, that's important, but he's in a music industry. Of course, I couldn't see his face or know his name, but they were on an airplane, and this guy was trying to put my SUV on a tow truck so I could have it towed. So, girl, he threw the rope up in the sky, and the rope caught on to the airplane's wing. So he said, I'm just going to use the airplane to give me enough power to pull your truck out. Girl, and he went to move his truck, and I tell you, the whole plane fell out the sky and blew up. And I'm like, okay, something is about to happen because, just from last week and then last night, I don't like back to back dreams, devastating, disastrous dreams like that. You know what I mean? And I
Mm-hmm.
just really feel like in my spirit that something is about to happen. What? I don't know. I wish I could feel it or see it more clearly, but my spirit just tell me something's about to go down.
Mm-hmm. I had a dream too, about a week or so ago. So these people better be really careful. You definitely have to stay prayed up. I'm talking about all of us too. But
Hmm.
these people have to be careful. You can't continuously um, do evil and not expect for it to come back to you. It's definitely coming back. It ain't a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
That's right.
It's a matter of when.
And like I say, evil never wins. The win for evil people or evil deed is temporary because at that moment you feel such exhilaration at your feet and as though you have accomplished something. But in the end, evil doesn't win. If anything, when you do anything evil, and especially taking somebody's life, you better believe you're going to be looking over your shoulder all of your days. until your fate comes.
Mm-hmm. Flame Spitter says, I know Mozzie in real life. He ain't gonna get in that beef with Pre or dissed off. I hope not. You know, because how is it beneficial to anybody to diss somebody that was killed as heinously as Dolph? I mean, how could you have that much hate in your heart? How is it benefiting you? It's just lining you up for that bad karma. That's it. But I guess to some people it's worth it.
Now, who was Mozzie? A different rapper?
That's someone that he just signed. If I'm not mistaken, Mozzie is from out of California. If I'm
Oh, the
not
older
mistaken.
guy. Okay. Okay. Well, Lil Papa needs to stay out of it too. But see, Lil Papa not gonna do that because see, they are grooming him. They're
Mm.
grooming him so that they'll be able to use him to go out on the next hit.
Hold on 1 second. You know, I had to get up and look when I heard that unknown caller. But I got a system on my phone that even when they block their numbers show up.
Mm-hmm.
um let's see. But that's from one of my clients out of New Orleans. I wonder why they calling me so late. Let's see. Parnell says they're not built like that. Why they doing what? I need to put my glasses on.
Girl,
They
you
not,
and me
I
both.
know, because my eyes getting bad too. They not built like that. Why they doing what they doing and killing Dolph for nothing? Cardi B said, "Do anything for clout," and that's sad. You know, I never thought that people would be killing other people for clout, just for clout. You know, even with Straight Drop, what good did it do him? He's in jail with a court appointed attorney, and he's looking at being there for the rest of his life.
Yeah,
So,
definitely the rest of his life, for sure. Mm-hmm.
hey, Pooh Black.
I
Think
like that name, Pooh Black. Hey, Pooh Black. Sound like Pooh Daddy. Hey, Pooh Daddy.
I think Pooh Black is cute. I've seen this picture. He's a chocolate cute man.
Oh, and
I
I
think
like
he's
the
from out of
chocolate too.
Dallas. I think Pooh Black is from
Oh,
out of Dallas.
cowboy. Mm-hmm.
Flame Spitter says he's from Sacramento. That's Mozzie. Parnell says unless the police step in and remove Lil Dude from CMG, his days over with.
Who we talking about? Lil Papa.
Yeah, Lil Papa.
Yeah. I just don't get a good feeling in my spirit for that young man. I really don't. I just don't.
Pooh
You
Black,
know,
where's Oak Cliff at? Is Oak Cliff in Dallas or is that around Houston? What city is that around? You know, I have to know the big cities. Is that around Dallas or is that around y'all? Where do y'all think that Shondale is at? I wonder why the people ain't worried about Shondale.
you'll see him at
You would
PC.
think if Shondale was he plays a big part in this case because his charges have been upgraded. So that means he's got the same charges as Straight Dropping them got. You would think they'd be doing everything that they could to make sure that he's found, right?
Shondale has been found and he's put up. I believe that. That's my opinion. And I'm not spreading no narrative because you can't tell me that if he was a so-called fugitive with a murder charge on the run, they wouldn't be having him plastered up on the news, looking, asking for tips and whereabouts. And if you've seen him, call us. I'm not gonna believe that. I believe he's put up. And
Severe
he,
says he is sick and has a blood disease. Who is that? Mozzie? Is it Mozzie that has a blood disease?
what he got, sickle cell?
Um, It says Shondell probably right under our nose. Probably.
He right up under the investigator's nose. That's who knows he under.
Lynn Smith says he's living a life. Antonio says he gave a statement and he gone.
That's probably how they know they wanted to get him that Monday, get off that Monday. Somebody gave that statement.
I'm telling you, somebody, you're right. Antonio Foster says he gave a statement and he gone. Well, I read that Catalea says it's like Straight Drop didn't count the cost before he did what he did. He didn't count the cost. He didn't. And like I said, when all of those drugs and stuff wore off, you know, they get in jail, they start detoxing. That reality start to hit them, because when he went to court that first day, he still had an arrogance about him.
Yeah, he did. Putting his middle finger up to his neck, like we weren't gonna catch that.
Okay,
Yes,
so
did.
it's in Dallas, South Oak Cliff. Okay, Dallas. All right. The new rapper Lil Papa. I wonder why, if these rappers are established, why aren't they pushing their own music and staying independent? Why are they going and signing with somebody?
See, somebody's coming to them though. You know what I mean? You have the representatives that's probably going to them, hyping them up. Man, God, he think you the bomb. He want to sign you. So, you know, these young boys, when they hear big names like Gotti, Gucci Mane, Birdman want to sign them, you know, to them, that's a big deal. So rather than struggle as an independent artist, I'd rather go sign and what they think is getting my money right away. But you don't get no money right away, because the moment you start doing music videos and getting jewelry, you basically are the ower to the debtor. You know, you're gonna be owing.
Mm-hmm. It's designed for them to not to really ever be able to pay all their money back. Divine Black Rose, I almost screamed when I saw what you posted. She says, "If Shondell made it to the streets, he's been unalived." That tickled me. Unalived. Lord have mercy. Severe says a chronic blood disease that left him periodically bedridden. Oh, you talking about Papa? Black Divine says he's unalived. Shondell.
I don't believe that, but you know, he could be. He could be you know, unalived in his own spirit. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Because when you kill somebody, I think part of your spirit dies too. I really do.
Or he could be in, you know, he could have started a new life in witness protection. He didn't have no problem with moving around. So
Yeah.
seemed like to me he moved around quite a bit.
I think we're gonna be very surprised, or won't be surprised, when trials start and we see him sitting up on the witness stand.
Mm-hmm. And all they're gonna do is escort him right on back out the door and take him back to wherever he's changed his name to and living at. Nobody still would never ever know.
Mm-hmm.
He come in there to testify if that's the case and walk back out.
Mm-hmm.
Shondell gonna be exit A on this damn case.
What did you say, Exhibit A?
Exhibit A.
Mm-mm-mm.
Yep, Exhibit A. I said Exit A.
Mm-hmm.
Flame Spitter says Barnett is a informant. That's why he ain't been to court yet. Just watch. He gonna tell it all.
Yeah.
I don't believe he the only one. I don't. It's probably people we don't even know. I bet we don't have a clue of everything that these people got.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I wanted to. I thought about that. I was like, okay, so the defense said that the prosecutors are prolonging giving them the evidence, right?
Mm-hmm.
Straight drop attorney want to play dirty. He wanted to get on. He be wanting to get on TV and tell some stuff in a slick way.
Mm-hmm. He gonna get in trouble though, cause see the judge gonna shut that down. He gonna put a gag order on this case. Stay out the media. I wouldn't be surprised what once the trial gets started that the judge don't issue a gag order.
901 King Deshaun says Shondell was part of the Covington hit, in my opinion, because who was the other suspect that was involved in the hit? Cornelius only has one first-degree murder charge. Drop has 2.
And see, we can't forget what Anita Wilson's son said a few months ago about the same car and the same guys that are in Dolph case are the ones that took his mama out. You know what I mean? So we can't forget what he said, because he might be a witness too, and he might know something.
That's true. Divine Black Rose says the chase for fame, even if it's infamous, their names will forever be connected to Dolph, even though they hated on him or they hated him. That's true. I think it's not going away. A lot of people thought it would go, but you can't expect to heinously, take somebody out like they did Dolph and not expect for God to get you back. It's just a matter of reaping what you sow. The laws of the earth are true. It's in the Bible, and those are the laws of the earth. You reap what you sow. Just like people say, there's rules to this, but God's rules and laws override everything. And there are laws to the earth. And one of the laws of the earth is you reap what you sow. These people got to pay for what they did. Even if some of them don't go to jail, they're not going to fare well. They're not going to fare well. And when God gets you, you got. A lot of people don't fear God no more because they're so devilish. They feel like a lot of what's happening in their lives is because of them. A lot of people are completely twisted. They are mentally twisted. I hear a lot of people saying, I'm God. Now I know that I'm in the image of God because the Bible says I am in his image, which means I can speak a thing and it has to come to pass if I believe it, because I'm in the image of God. But a lot of these folks sick. They don't even believe in God. They feel like they God. I make this happen. So a lot of these people you got to reap what you sow. And it's not just for Dolph, because there have been a lot of young men that was heinously gunned down that should not have been. Dolph is just a celebrity. These folks gonna have to reap what they sow. You can't just take a life like that and not expect for it to come back on you. I'd be too scared. There are a lot of things that I be wanting to do sometimes, but I have to think about I can handle myself. But I don't want anybody that's attached to me, because sometimes you don't get it back. It might come back through your kids or something. So that's why a lot of times, even in the past, when I wanted to get revenge on people, because I don't just set out to destroy nobody. They have to start with me first. And then I just end it. But there have been a lot of times when I wanted to just get revenge, and I have to think about, I'm keeping that bad karma going. Sometimes you just have to step back. That's why I can say this with a lot of certainty about, not spending and going to jail and getting themselves in trouble. That's what a lot of people will want them to do. I'm very proud that those young men, with the way that the authorities and the feds and stuff is all over this case. And a lot of people say, well, this ain't no fair case. I keep saying, just like I kept telling y'all, they say if Cornelius and Lil Migos is brothers, that they need to have the same mama or daddy on them birth certificates. I kept saying that for a reason. I said it appears that they don't have they don't have neither on them birth certificates. Them folks can sit at their desk. They have access to everything. I work down there. I know that they have access to everything. We used to could go in there and pull up so much stuff that it was ridiculous. Anything. They don't even have to go to over to the health department to get that birth certificate. If that was put into the atmosphere, they sat at their desk and pulled those birth certificates and saw that those boys were not brothers. I said that about a month ago, right? As soon as Cornelius said it, somebody told me about a week later, they are not brothers. And I got on here and I said that. I said, I don't think that they're brothers. Because in order to be brothers, you got to have the same mama or daddy.
Mm-hmm.
And that was not founded. I think I said that.
Like I said, people are going to have to just sit back and let this play out, because I personally want to see everybody that was involved arrested and brought to justice, you know. But in the event, for whatever reason, it just ends with these two, people have got to get their minds right and move on with their life, because sliding and get back because it only ends with these two is not bringing anybody any justice, you know. But I do still feel like there's more to come, and people just got to wait.
Iris says Amy Wyrick, that's the district attorney, is known for overcharging or taking the case to trial without the evidence to prove it. She sometimes tries to win a case based on emotion. I can't dispute you on that, Iris, because we a lot of us complain about some of the stuff that she do. That's why I say we got to sit back and wait. And we're gonna have to sit back and wait. To see, you know, it doesn't happen in every case. So I don't know. We just don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, when I talked to my friend, when I told y'all, he said that they have not ran into any dead ends. He also said we waiting on some paperwork to come back. I don't know what that paperwork is.
That sounds like indictments to me. Probably not, but that's best wishes on my end.
No, Iris, that's not why I wonder if, you know, if he's going to get his justice. I keep saying I wonder if he's going to get his justice because, you know, I feel when I say that, I wonder if everybody that's involved, I be thinking about everybody that's probably involved. It's more than just those two young men. I think, in my opinion, and I'm not the only person that think that. Some people probably know it. So I wonder, you know, I mean, because as I always say, straight dropping them are just the limbs on the tree. I would love to see the root of the tree dug up and jailed. Therefore, if the root of the tree is got, they cannot rot out any more leaves and apples and oranges, because that whole rotten tree will be destroyed. Because the root is actually the problem. The root, to me, is people that instigate and send people out to go on dummy missions. These people that put bags on people's heads. That's the rotten tree. That's the root.
Mm-hmm.
They're producing this stuff. They're the ones that's destroying the communities. That's what I think. All right, y'all. I've been on here 3 hours. I did not plan on staying on here this long. It's 150 y'all on here, but I'm so tired. I've had a long day. I'm actually glad I got on because you know what? Like I said, I had a long day. It wasn't a good day. And then when I got home, I saw that man had posted that I'm tired of that man messing with me. But you know, he hasn't threatened me or nothing. He just trolling. I'm gonna block him. That's what I'm getting ready to do. Then It makes me think it was that man. What's that man named D-Mon that was on here earlier tonight that was acting a fool?
Oh, Lord Rockjaw,
Yeah, Lord 40. Is it Lord? Was it
Lord
Lord?
Footage.
Lord Footage. Lord
Hmm.
Footage gets on here and act a fool. Now, I don't know why Lord Footage wants to get on here and act a fool. Now, one time he was on here, he act right on here one time. I guess he had a good time. He did a $2 thing. I thought he was gonna be okay from that point on, but then he get on here and he want to call my guest out of her name. That's completely disrespectful. I would not allow any man to come onto my platform and disrespect a woman. Period.
Wait a minute, he called me out of my name. What did he? What did he call me? I missed that.
He said, "B, I smoke weed."
Oh, I wish I'd have heard him call me that, girl, because I really would have went in. But I was so busy over talking him, I didn't hear him say that. I caught the tail end when he said his medicine is weed.
Yeah, that's why I got him off of here, because that was just disrespectful. Lord Footage, you don't come on here and be disrespectful. And then I have not done anything to you. He say I block him, but if I blocked him, he wouldn't have been able to be on here. He accused me of
Exactly.
blocking him before. Nobody has ever blocked him. He accused, maybe one of my moderators be putting him in timeout, but they're not gonna put him in timeout for nothing. You see how he gets on here and cut up?
He not the only one. And then who was the other one? See, he say he throws the rock and hide his hand. That other one, a Big Stepper. And I haven't seen him on here in a minute.
Yeah, Big Stepper ain't been on here in a few weeks.
Yeah, they get on here, throw the rock, and then hide their hand. And then when you call them out on their stuff, they want to play victim.
Big Stepper probably is up under another name now. He might be that Daryl guy.
Yeah, could be.
I think because a Big Stepper, it will be too hard for him to stay away. He is up under another name, or else he just be in the backwoods not saying nothing. It's 144 people on here right now, so he probably one of them.
I think they just like to see you get out of character. Really, they
Yeah,
like to push your
I think Big Stepper
buttons.
was, last night that person that got on here and said that they was Yo Gotti. I think that was Big Stepper.
Hmm. Probably was.
I think
Probably
that was Big
was.
Stepper.
Yeah, they like to see
Somebody
you
went
get
and
out
made
of
a fake
character.
Yo Gotti page. That was Big Stepper.
Hmm.
I bet that was him. Because you could look at that page and tell that it was fake. That was somebody went and hurry up and made a fake page.
Yeah, they like to get up under your skin and get you all riled up because, like you say, we are humans. We react off emotion. So the best way to uh, feed and keep a troll alive is to keep addressing them, and the best way to get rid of them is to ignore them. So this Lord Rockjaw, feels uh, he can't take rejection. He needs to be heard, and he wants people to hear rhetoric.
Yeah, he got on here showing out, but he was already angry tonight for some reason. He was already angry.
Because don't nobody want to believe that picture is the real deal, and if it is,
And he
why are
didn't
you
he say that
bringing it
that was
up?
his picture? He
Yeah,
didn't he,
people
didn't he
using
say
his
that was his picture?
yeah, people using his picture. So where did you get it from, Rockjaw? Do you know her personally? Did she send it to you?
That's what makes me wonder now. He sure said that people using his picture. That's why he's so mad at me, because I said it's Photoshop. He know it's Photoshop.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, the twin story didn't work. The Dolph got twins on the way, and the baby mama story didn't work. So now they coming out with, oh, I was the last person he took a picture with. So when that don't work, they'll come up with something else. They, like I say, throwing stuff up to the ceiling to see what stick.
I'm telling you. And they probably laughing at the people when they, go along with it. I never thought people could be so gullible and go along with just anything that, that's, and people can believe whatever they want. That's not what I'm saying, but a lot of this stuff don't even sound right, you know. Lynn says, Tam, Democrat says, Tam, they're trying to get you shut down because they can't handle the truth and you're not a part of the Illuminati. You might be telling the truth. And the Illuminati is real too, y'all. And I hate to even speak about that because, yeah, I'm not going to even talk about it because I think about like it has been so many talented young men to come out of Memphis. I have a really good friend of mine. We actually used to try to date, and but he's a really good guy. He was one of the first rappers in Memphis to actually get a national deal. And with the way that they did him, like a lot of his songs and stuff, like he wrote those songs when he was in junior high school. And when that major record company signed him, they licensed all of his music. Like some of his stuff right now is classic. And it just really put a bad taste in his mouth. It did something to him mentally, I believe, for a very long time. Like he didn't want nothing to do like the music because he's still very talented. You know, it's got to be something when you hear your music and people call it a classic, and you wrote those songs in junior high school and you ain't making a dime off of them. That's why I say it is some evil people in this world. How can you just do people like that? And they'll say, "Oh, well, that's just business." No, that's just evil.
You know, I heard a mother of a deceased young man, a rapper. She said that the record label told her that they didn't release his music because it wasn't gangster enough, hard enough. Because he was he started rapping about other things, and I guess he had some music that they didn't want to release because they told her it wasn't gangster enough. So these record labels are pushing this agenda
because they want these kids to be riled up, beefing with each other. It's like now it's gonna get to a point where they will not sign if they're not stopped. If these labels are not stopped, if these boys won't sign with them, they can be stopped because they'll find that they'll make more money. They're using somebody to push an agenda to get these boys to sign with a record label. Because the one while, just like Dolph was, a lot of these young men was going the independent way.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't nothing God can do for them that if they don't get out there and work hard, that they can't do for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
God or nobody else. Because if they work hard, they can attain the wealth like Dolph did and go independent. You just have to work a little harder. You just have to go a little longer, but it'll come. These record companies are paying certain people to push the agenda that got these folks out here signing anything that could blow up so that they can control it. And God ain't pleased with that. God is not pleased with that. God is getting ready to get a lot of these people. I know a lot of people don't fear God no more, but they need to. That karma, which is the spirit of God, is getting ready to deal with them with all of this evilness that they do. Like I said, you got people that's selling out the future of our people for a dime. They have an audience and they won't even tell the truth. They'll mislead the people for views.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason why Black people are in the condition that they are in, because it's like a lot of us can't even be trusted. When God starts to bless us and put us on the right track, we prove that we can't be trusted with the small things. We start, doing things that are, showing that we don't have any integrity in the early stages. And God is not pleased with that. So that's why when this Dolph situation, I don't worry about that. And I tell people, don't worry about it. Let these people do their job. They on the right track, whatever track that is that they're on. And the people that have not been arrested yet, ain't no need in being mad at the vloggers, because whatever it's gonna be is gonna be. It has already been decided, and it ain't got nothing to do with us. It was decided when whoever y'all are tried to do it and thought you was going to get away with it. It proves that there is a God. If you're going to be mad at anybody, be mad at God, and it ain't going to do you no good. You got to reap what you sow. That's it. You talk about laws and rules. That's one of them. You reap what you sow. They planted that seed when they killed that boy, and they know they was wrong for instigating and killing that boy.
Mhm. And like they say, Miss Tamara, a gang member or a gang banger with money is the most dangerous kind of person because they can
I'm
pay to
telling
get
you,
stuff done.
absolutely. And people would do anything for $1. I'll give them 50 cents and a rock and put them in a video. That's
Mhm.
it. A rock. I mean, don't mess around and give them 2 rocks. They be going around shooting up the whole city.
Yeah, it's sad to say, but you're right.
Shoot,
Hmm.
2 rocks, it's over. They'll try
Yeah,
to destroy a whole city.
2 rocks, girl. They get on an airplane and come to you.
It
Yeah.
is a shame that a lot of our black men have turned into predators. You know, predators in of their own communities when they're supposed to be the protectors. Look at how the devil has changed that. Instead of protectors, the devil has tricked them into being predators. It's a shame
Mhm.
before God. It really is. But Miss D, I'm gonna get off of here because I'm tired.
Yes, honey. I'm going to sit up here and get through my night. And you have a wonderful night as always. It's a pleasure for having me. I love you and I love everybody in the chat family. And be safe and be blessed.
All right, be blessed. Thank you for coming on, Miss D. Love you.
Love you too, hon. Bye bye.
All right. You guys, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I'm so tired. I've had a long day today. I want to stay on, but I'm holding my eyelids up. I'm holding them up, y'all, because they so heavy. I'm holding them. And I walked in today, like I said. I'm glad. I guess I am glad that I did get on because I walked in because I was already mad because I had a long day and it was just a long day. When I saw that man commented, I was like, I'm tired of this man commenting on my stuff. But even by the time I got on, I had calmed down some. So I'm glad I did, you know. And now I wish I had never addressed him because it wasn't even worth it. So I'm really kind of glad that I got on here, kind of changed my mood. But I want to thank you all for tuning in. It means so much to me for you all to tune in. As long as we can be grown folks. Um, and I have a lot of mature people that get on here and we commentate and we enjoy each other. And I really appreciate that. I, you know, I kind of want to be down there in the courtroom. I'm gonna see what I need to do to get my credentials. I wish I could be down there in the courtroom during the bond hearing. I really do, but I already know the moment I try to plan something like that, and I could get in there because I do have a TV show in this area. But I know the moment I plan to do something like that, I have a case to be out on. So my days are very unpredictable. But what I wish I could, I would love to be sitting right in there. But they're probably going to televise it. We don't know. We don't know. Thank you, Dario. Y'all put those dolphins in the chat and say it's Dolph. Y'all know how we do it in here. Put those dolphins in the chat and say it's Dolph. That's Dolph's spirit that we keep around. He letting y'all know it's me, even on the other side. Dolph is working. I do believe his spirit is shining bright, like somebody said. He's got to be the person that's around that's helping a lot these investigators to get justice for him. He ain't, you know, his death is not gonna go unsolved. His murder. Y'all put those dolphins in the chat. It's Dolph. I wish I could play. Hold on, y'all. They're probably gonna shut me down if I do it, but I'm getting ready to try to do it anyways. I don't know why they would do it. Let me see, y'all. I want to play Dolph's song, y'all. I want to play Daw's song as we hold on. Y'all still there? Thank you, Tanya. Oh Lord, they would. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I could pull that up. I want to play that as we go out. Daw's song. Hold on, let me see, y'all. Yeah, I'm just feeling this song tonight. Hold on, let's get ready to come up. Y'all put those dolphins in the chat. They might turn it off, but we're gonna do it anyways. We're gonna do it anyways. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, I'm getting one of my favorite songs by Daw. I don't know why I can't. Let me see. I can't get it to come up, y'all. Can y'all hear it? Let me know if y'all can hear it. Can y'all hear it? Okay. Have they? Y'all know what they'll do? Hold on. Let me see something, y'all. Um.
but I won't change for shit. Ways.
But this has been getting paid. Y'all put those dolphin signs in there. Thank you, Tanya.
Even though millionaire, oh what a
San Antonio. Who's not missing Antonio? Oh, you rapping the song. Okay. You talking about the song. That's the line to the song. He got a lot of lines in that song that I like. Self-made millionaire. Oh, what a feeling. I like that part. My role model used to get 100 blocks. Niggas in tuxedo, we the mob. That song now I'm wanting to go exercise, but I'm not going to, not tonight. In the morning. Tamara, when you speak about the assignment that these men did to get rid of young Dolph, it was ordered that he was not to leave that cookie shop, period. That's what I was. And in order for someone to have told me that, that means that they know somebody told them that. And it didn't just come from anybody. It didn't come from nobody off the street, because I don't talk to people off of the street. Yeah, Clues was in that song. I think that's one of the reasons, and this is my opinion, that they shot him so many times, because the order was the people who ordered them to do that wanted to make sure that he could not go make another song like that. I think that video got like 100 and something million views. Brimmy, stop. But I just wanted to hear that song. I don't know why I wanted to hear that song. Because if you think about it, the people that shot him, they may have taken him out. They may have been able to hit him in the physical, but they still haven't been able to hit him in the spiritual. You know, they still haven't been able to hit him in the spiritual. As a matter of fact, they missed because they made him bigger and he left some artists behind. What people need to understand is, nobody could ever take Dolph's place. I know there are a lot of Dolph's fans, but I wish people could respect the fact that he groomed these young men, because that wasn't the first attempt on Dolph's life. The energy that people are putting into hating this artist, I wish they would put into the people, if they're going to put any bad energy, into the people who actually took a part in getting him away from here. This was an ongoing thing. It seems like to me that this was, they had a history of trying to take this man out. It was a consistent thing, and so I'm happy that he's got his label and he built something. At least we still got a product. His artists are a product of him as far as his label, and I want to see them do extremely well. Beautiful says, more folks got blood on their hands from his death. The rabbit hole goes deep. Police, underground industry, elites, etc. We'll see. Beautiful, right? We'll see. But whoever is involved, and I believe that there are a lot of people involved, I just don't know who they are. But whoever is involved, my prayer is that they're all brought to justice. I want them all to be brought to justice. And not just for young Dolph, for a lot of other, especially these young African-American men that have been losing their lives in the street. People are so emotionally unstable. They feel like if they get mad at you, if they have a problem with you, they're supposed to be able to take your life. People like that, we really need to be, working hard to make sure they get the death penalty. Once we start getting all of these terrorists, because they're committing terror in our streets. Once we start getting these terrorists off of the streets, then the Black community, some people don't want to be helped. So once we can start to get them off of the street, and we're not going to get them off the street talking about I ain't no rat. Once we start caring enough about our neighborhoods and our own families to help to get these terrorists off of the streets, then the Black community, our communities are going to be revived. Some of these people want to be a menace to society because they feel like whatever little money that they've made give them that privilege. They don't have the right to gun down African-American men. I don't care if it is another African-American man. Just like it goes for the white police officers that everybody get mad about, it goes for these Black terrorists. Okay? We got to hold the same energy for them with they no good asses, because they messing, they're destroying our communities more than anybody. But our prayer, and my prayer, is that all of the people that played a part in this, and I wouldn't care who it is, is brought to justice. And I don't have a doubt in my mind, because God is in this. That's why when people say, I don't believe it got nothing to do, shit, we don't know. We just got to wait and see. We just got to wait and see. Backdoor situation, just like King Nip. They don't want Blacks to become prosperous. These men want us to teach POC to be our own boss and create. Absolutely. Whenever there's somebody in our community that starts teaching about self-empowerment, and they start cutting out the predators and showing Black people where they can bring wealth into our community, just like every other community cut us out. I don't understand why I don't feel like they supposed to be cut out, a lot of other people. But they got nappy-head Negroes that they give a couple $1 million to put them out front to commit the hits on our community. When I say hits, it's not necessarily with a gun. I'm talking about with signing these boys, and they go and they sign these contracts and they sign their lives away. Anytime you go tie up a talented young man who could make millions and millions of dollars in a contract, that you let them send you out to do that, you are committing a hit on your community. It's just in another form. Okay? It's just in another way. Thank you, Tanya, for the cash out. But I'm going to get off of here, you all. I have enjoyed, I feel better tonight. I'm pretty sure that me playing that video with Young Dolph, that they're probably going to, I don't know what they're going to do with it. But I'm glad that, you know, that song, I want to play another one, but they'll shut the live down. Yeah, those contracts have all kinds of strings attached. They are slave contracts. Don't black men have any integrity anymore? They don't feel a certain kind of way about letting somebody put them out front to commit hits on their community in contracts in the form of signing them in these slave contracts. They are keeping modern day slavery going in our community, and they do it all for a damn gold chain. That's the reason why I say a lot of these people are going to reap what they sow is imminent. Not only for what they did to Dolph, but for a lot of other stuff that they're doing. And they so dumb, they don't understand that it is that bad karma that they put out there into the universe, and they reaping what they sow. They got the nerve to think that everything that's going on is because of the vloggers, and it's because of people talking too much and this, and that, when it was just going to happen anyways, because you got to reap what you sow. That can't be stopped. Demon says they give him a slave contract and a slave chain. Antonio says, I love Dolph. He did exactly what he wanted to do. You know, you think about all of these young men that have that have been getting arrested, like all of these organizations and these drug rings and stuff, these RICOs that have been happening in different places. Y'all, they outside. That's all I can say. People sitting up talking about the feds ain't involved. They show outside. We just don't know where they at. But they outside. Because they sure been busting up a lot of people. Exactly. The modern day contracts is modern day slavery. Absolutely. They outside and they always in the area. They stay in different areas. All right, you guys. I love you guys. I want y'all to have a good night. Always ask, believe, and receive. You know, I thought about what Demon just said about the dreams that she had. I actually had a dream too, where God was showing me something. I've always been gifted in dreams. I really feel like a lot of times when we start having these dreams, of course, God is showing you that he's getting ready to do something, but also we have to stay prayed up, especially when we're on this internet. We're in another realm as far as spiritually. There are a lot of different entities. I'm thinking about the young man that came on earlier tonight, Lord 40. I can't think of his name, Lord 40. Even with him, I ain't even mad at the young man. I have to pray for him. You have to think about people are possessed with spirits, you know. And so we gotta pray for people like that. So keep that young man in your prayers too, because something have him angry. And I say that with a lot of sincerity. We gotta pray for each other and learn how to treat each other right. This ain't no competition. All you have to do is operate in your gifts, and your gifts will make room for you. You don't have to keep your eye on nobody else. You don't have to go look at nobody else's vlog and try to steal ideas or get mad at somebody else because you feel like they're gaining some type of influence. Keep your eyes on yourself, and your gifts will always make room for you. But the moment you take your eyes off of what God is trying to do for you and you get that speck in your eye and start trying to create havoc and get out of your lane and start trying to create havoc somewhere else, that's when some stuff is going to start backfiring on you. And you will destroy whatever it is that God has for you or was preparing for you because you was trying to destroy somebody else's stuff. Because it's one thing that I do know, the very thing that you wish upon somebody else will come up on you. That's in the Bible. And I know that to be true. I've seen it happen too many times. Paper Route Empire in my Trey voice. All right, you guys. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to sleep. I want you guys to have a good night. I love you all. I'll see you back here. I'm not gonna get on tomorrow. I'll either see you guys back here either Wednesday or Thursday, but I always say that, right? And then people come looking for me. You know, they'll send me a message or something. They'll send me an email asking me to come on. But I love you all. Have a good night.